All right, doesn't matter where I am. So I got the fights on in the background. That's our marker. That's our timer. If we're still recording, by the time the main event's over, we've gone too long.
All right, we're gonna try not to, but every time we say that, that's when we somehow it's like 3 hours.
They love it.
This is potential.
You know, it's something that really want. Come, son.
You saw, I was just holding it.
You're spilling on the table. You're like a fucking 2-year-old. At the very least, start it this way, so that way, then once you get it going, you can turn it back and get all the fucking foam.
It's got a little frozen as well.
You just be fucking up. See, you start off, and then you go. Jesus. Here. Sir, got new wipes.
Baby wipes.
I haven't opened them, so you don't have to crack them. So, one of the neat things about the mugs tonight is, you know, we get home, or I get home from work, I deep throated 3 chili dogs, and then I started getting stuff ready so we can record. And I go, I'm looking for the mugs. I was like, where are the mugs? I don't think I moved, did I? Sarah goes, no, I put them in the freezer for you. And I was like, that's fucking love.
I don't know if you see this shit frozen on the top.
Mm-hmm.
And so, alright.
That's good. I'm taking the
Last
rest.
week,
Taking the rest. This is good.
it's rare. We didn't have any over 8% beers. In fact, I think they're all below 6%.
There's a bad
for the
there
first
for
time.
me too.
So all under 6% today. Today our lowest is 8.5.
Love it. And I got a water bottle full of wine. It's about to be a party. Yeah, this is good. This is good.
The glass is going to help the score a tad, but yeah. In fact, 2 of our beers are basically their flagship beer on steroids.
I love steroids.
Yeah, I was like, this sounds like Colompton beer.
Steroids is my favorite thing, dude. I don't think people understand how much I love them.
It's like, oh, you like this beer? What can we do to make it better? Bump the alcohol up by 2.
God damn, that's good. That's my wine I'm talking about. All right, so what was I gonna say? But yeah, Sarah went and put the mugs in the freezer. She knew what to do. I was talking to one of my tenants today. I'm not sure how we got into talking about beer, but I was talking about the podcast, and I was explaining the beers, and I was talking about the percentages of the beers, and I was like, you know, every so often, you know, we get some of the 8%ers, and he cringes like, oh my god, like you know, like that shit was like blasphemy for him, like, oh my god, that's too much. And I was like, I mean, you know, we rock with those 8.5s, you know,
yeah,
so, you know, the 9s are good.
We'll be over 300 soon. I'd say at least 100 of them are over 8.
And that's what I was trying to explain to him. And I started trying to break down like the scoring criteria. I was like, look, I tell you what, you know, you get a good 8.5%er, get a decent score in there somewhere in the 7s. I'm in a rush and I gotta go grab something from the liquor store, drink 2 of them, I'm good for the party. He was like, yeah. Usually I'm having a hard time with Bud Light Platinums because they're 6%, and I was like, oh my god.
Remember back in the day that did sound high to us, and nowadays it is funny. I was thinking about that last week when we were reviewing, and I was like, this is a 5.6 or whatever. Like, dang, that's low. But back in the day, that would have been actually on the higher end.
5.6, yeah, 5.6. Because like, you know, Bud I think is like 5.5. There's something else 5.5 or something like that.
Most of the light beers are 4.
Yeah.
4.2 I think is one of the light. Maybe it's 4.6. Coors Light might be 4.2.
Oh, I bet it's lower.
No, it's above 4.
I feel like it's
I think we debated that. I know one that always surprised everyone was Guinness.
I know water that has more alcohol than Coors Light.
Guinness was pretty light.
Yeah, that's
for heavy.
Yeah.
Like again, it's gonna be strong. But Guinness mixes great, and when you get a good Guinness on draft, it is, I mean, significantly better than the bottle.
I'm not really crazy about Guinness, period.
There's actually
I'm not crazy about that style.
There's some, I've noticed, there's some Instagrams that actually review Guinness at different places because of the different taps. And stuff. Like, this is a average Guinness. So, damn, I don't have the taste buds to distinguish all that.
I mean, yeah,
I can tell you if it's, I've definitely had better Miller Lights than others.
Yeah.
As I went to the National Harbor the other day and had that sour Killians. I can tell you that was bad.
Well, yeah, I think, like there are obvious differences. And then when you get like a good fresh tap, and it's like, oh my god, this shit tastes like heaven. Like this is water from heaven. That's delicious.
Damn, I'm almost done.
Yeah, I'm trying not to
It's not
chug
the
it,
tastiest.
but it's good.
I think the
I
mug
think
helped
it's
this
tasty.
one. I think the mug helped this one.
Well, so what are you tasting?
I mean, this one. So
Because
let's get into this one.
yeah,
It's
let's go
almost
ahead.
done.
Let's go ahead.
So this is by Two Roads Brewing, and they have a beer. One of their flagships is called Road to Ruin. This is Rocket to Ruin because it's that one on basically on steroids. It's fermented, cold fermented, in a unique process. And basically, it says it's results in a rounded hop flavor, a mouthful that does not hint of rocket fuel. So they got to tell you, they're trying to hide the rocket fuel.
Well, I can dig it.
Under the surface. But yeah, so this, especially with the mug, goes down very quick.
Mm-hmm.
We are chugging 9.5% beers.
That's all right. Chug away, son.
What minute are we in?
What's that?
What minute are we in?
6 minutes in?
So we're done our 9.5% beer.
Oh, it's about to get party, son.
Yeah, there's not much to say about that. Like I said, it probably tastes, not as good as that two. Did I say, by the way, it's by Two Roads? We've had a few from Stratford, Connecticut. Two Roads. They did the. There's a one with a fish in the name that's famous. That's good. Can't remember. I think beer people will know. They're famous for some beer.
Blind man's walking down past the market, walk past the seafood stand. Says, "Good morning, ladies." Oh, that was so funny.
You seen those TikToks where they're like, if you were blind, how would you ask for food? It's basically because the people, they're stupid and like, I didn't say deaf.
If I'm blind, I'm asking food. Like, yo, son, can I get some food? I'm hungry and blind.
It's like you could just say, "I'm hungry." If you're blind, you can talk.
Dumb fucks. So yeah. So 9.5.
I will say I do taste it. It's quite bitter.
I can taste a little bitter. I do taste it, but I still maybe the mug is definitely.
I got the warm and fuzzies.
Oh, I'm already feeling it. But also before you got here, I was drinking wine anyway. So
yeah, I mean maybe what's left in my glass. It's bitter, but that cold milk helped it.
Oh, for sure.
But also it's a 9.5, so I'm not going to expect it to be the tastiest.
I thought it tastes pretty good for a 9.5.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna actually give this a 75. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I would buy it, but yeah, keeping in mind the mug probably did help. I would buy this, but I think it would have to be like in the mug, or it has to be like it has to be ice cold.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.4. So we're on the same page.
Okay. So I just want to get right into it. In the background, we got UFC 285 going on. This was the Jon Jones return card. It was a really good fucking card from top to bottom. I'm only going to talk about the top 2 fights because those are the only names I can pronounce. I'm sure I can pronounce the others, but Jon Jones versus Cyril Gane. And the whole thing with this is that it was Jon Jones' return. It was his debut at heavyweight. The heavyweight title's on the line. It's supposed to be like his, like, if there's going to be any challenge that's going to be his biggest challenge at heavyweight, this is going to be it right here.
This is a color. I'll take that.
I'm not drinking that.
But
I'm
it's a friendly percentage.
I don't give a fuck about the percentage.
It's black beer.
Yeah, sure. Like Blackbeard's breakfast, I can already tell you I'm not gonna like that.
We had one recently that was good. It's just a tiny bit.
That guy left. Anyhow, before I was fucking rudely interrupted. Or as I like to say to Sophie when I'm talking, and Sophie goes, "Can I finish?" Meanwhile, I'm in the middle of a sentence. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, the middle of my fucking sentence interrupt the beginning of yours." And she gets all like, "Like, no." Like, we're fucking talking here. I don't cuss at her. But I cuss her around, but I don't cuss at my kid. I think that's how you put your kids in therapy. Like that, call them little shits. But anyhow.
You made me think of the Mentos commercial.
Fuck that guy too.
The liquor. It was good whenever they did.
No, that wasn't Mentos. That was that other. It wasn't Mentos though. It was that fucking. I cannot remember the fuck Orbit.
Orbit, yeah. Whatever they said was perfect. Like you knew what they were trying to say, and they said it in a clever way.
Yeah, like you ain't slow.
Who you calling the cootie queen? You liquor.
So yeah, basically Cyril Gane was, supposed to be considered Jon Jones' greatest challenge at heavyweight. If there's going to be a challenge, and kudos to Jon, saying like, look, I'll take whatever fight you throw my way. Like he's always been that way though. If you put someone in front of him, he'll fight. Chael Sonnen, sure, I'll fight that guy. Peter Belfort on steroids, sure. Give me roided out Vito. Whoever you put in front of him, he'll fight. Fight wasn't very long.
Probably saw the result.
Like a little under 3 minutes. So, but the thing is, you're going against Cyril Gane, who's like a fucking, like balls out fucking Muay Thai striker. Jon, the thing is with Jon, his reach is the biggest advantage. Like when you go back and really watch his fights and his striking, this is much better. But his striking is very, very weird, uncoordinated, just yucky looking. But because of his reach, he makes it work. And then he goes with his elbows and the oblique kick. So he makes the shit work. But, the whole thing was, does he stand up with Cyril? Does he try to outstrike him? He fought Santos. And Santos, same deal. And he was having a hard time with Santos at light heavyweight. But he ended up winning. It was a split decision, but he ended up winning it. I think he learned a lesson from that fight. He was like, I'm not standing with this dude. Like, they got up there, they exchanged a couple leg kicks, threw a couple shots at each other. And Jon was like, fuck that. Like, Cyril missed his punch. And Jon just fucking wrapped him up. And used the weight. He uses weight, like, really well. He got him and just sagged down to the ground quick and just laid heavy on him. And the funny thing is, he's been trained with Henry Cejudo, and there's a video of Henry Cejudo basically doing everything that Jon did there to finish that fight. Same thing, just kind of demonstrating it in the gym. Pressing it against the cage, once it's down, ride. Okay, go for the guillotine, which he did. And when you see the tap the first time, you're like, that didn't look like anything. Like that was a weird position. There's no way he had the guillotine. Then when they showed it from a different angle, like it looked horrendous. It wasn't like the blood choke, it was like crushing his windpipe. But things to be said about Cyril Gane, and we were saying this when we were watching the fight the other night, because I always try to be aware that we are sitting on the couch. These guys are in the cage. So I try to be aware of the shit talking, because keeping in mind, none of us do that. But from just outside perspective on Cyril Gane, when he's met with a person, he quits. And he's only got 2 losses, and that's against Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou. When he fought Francis Ngannou, coming into that fight, everyone had this view him as the winner already. They're like, this guy is he's a better fighter than Francis. He's a better striker. He's a more polished striker. Francis is just strong. Like, he's Deontay Wilder, basically. He can hit hard. If you can avoid that, you're gonna be able to beat this dude, which Derek Lewis did it. Steve did it the first time. And that was kind of the key. Don't let him hit you. Just stay out of the way. Do just enough to get your points. Cyril Gane kind of did that. And then he ended up realizing, wait a minute, Francis has been wrestling. He got taken down. And when he went for the heel hook on Francis, and Francis did not tap, I think that's where he checked out. Because if you heel hook somebody, most people are going to tap to a heel hook. You're shredding their knee. I think I posted it. I know I posted it on BJJ with me. I don't know if I put it in the stories on Colompton. when Mikey Musumeci was fighting one championship, and he had one dude in the Phil hook, and his knee, his whole leg was just tearing. And Mikey was like, dude, I could hear it ripping. It sounded like fucking paper towel. It's fucking horrible. But still had Francis in that. When Francis didn't tap, I think he checked out. He was like, shit, this was supposed to work, and it didn't. From that point, Francis wore him out, just laid on him, wrestled him down. I think the same thing happened here with Jon. He thought, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fucking piece this dude up. As soon as Jon took him down, I think he was like, oh shit, I don't have anything for this. And once Jon got him in that guillotine, that's not saying that guillotine was not painful, because it looked painful. But I think he could have done more to defend. He could have done more to fight. He could have defended himself better. He did it. Oh well. And the next fight is going to be Jon versus Stipe. More than likely the big July card, so I've already committed to that. As long as no one gets hurt. I think there's a lot of fights they can set up for that card already. They can set up the women's 125 rematch. Valentina Shevchenko. Nah, I can't say that bitch's name. She lost. This brawl was running through cats with ease. She was just knocking everyone out. And her last fight, I think she lost. But it was a split. I don't think it was unanimous, but it was a very close unanimous decision across the board. She looked flat-footed in the last fight, and in this fight she looked a little flat-footed too. But she got rocked in the first round. Electric Russell won the first round pretty clearly. Then Valentina decided, I'm just going to start taking this girl down. Valentina won the second and third round. Fourth round, I would say it was going Alexa Grasso's way. Then Valentina went for a spinning kick, and she missed. Exposed her back, and Alexa was like, thank you. Jumped her back, rear naked choke. And it was like when there was the picture of it, after she taps, her whole head is red, and like where the arm was squeezing is all white from like how tight she was squeezing it. So I could see them doing a rematch. But Valentina says like, yeah, I want an immediate rematch. I was winning the fight. I don't think she was winning the fight outright, but she could have. I mean, I think if that fourth round would have finished out, I think it would have been 2-2 going into the fifth. But also Erin Blanchfield, who just had an impressive win 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago against Jessica Andrade, who's a contender. That's a big fight that they can put out there for Alexa. And I think Erin definitely earned that title shot. Santos, I can't remember her first name, but the girl who fought Valentina last time and almost beat her, she's still waiting in the wings. I think she deserves, something in here too. So I don't know. It gets weird, but I like when you have a dominant champion and then they lose, because now it opens that division up. Providing someone else gets a shot, or providing she goes in and loses, like when Joanna lost to Rose. And I was like, oh shit, this division opened up now. And it surely did, because Jessica Andrade beat Rose, then Weili Zhang beat Jessica, then Rose beat Weili Zhang, and that was just been kind of rotating. Then Carla Esparza came and beat Rose, and then fucking Weili Zhang beat Carla. It's just this fucking rotating thing now. Now you get to see that belt move around. I mean, it's always fun to see a dominant champ, but it's also fun to see some parity, some adversity in there. So that 125 women's division looks like it's about to get a little fun. The 205 title could be up for grabs at the July card potentially. I mean, we could see 3 title fights here. There's a lot going on, but that UFC 285, I was debating because on March 18th there's going to be another card, which is bullshit. Are you going to make me pay for 2 cards in a month? That's what I'm not doing. Paying for 2 cards in a month. I'm not an illegal streamer. But if somebody has a stream, you know where to find me. Just don't tell them I showed them. But yeah, fun card, all the same. I mean, I guess the big question now, the argument is being, is Jon Jones pound for pound #1? Is he the GOAT? You know, all this. And it's hard to argue against him. It's just that he's an idiot and he can't stay out of jail.
He's got that.
Mm-hmm.
So what we got for the GOAT? We got him, GSP. Khabib. I don't think Connor's going to be up there. At one time, maybe. What was Mighty Mouse?
Mighty Mouse for sure. So it gets weird with Fedor because Fedor for sure should have been in those discussions, but he fought too long. I think Fedor should have retired 6 years ago.
It definitely hurts. It shouldn't, but it does.
Yeah.
Go a little too long because it has those. You can leave some. You just leave some memories, and then you hurt your overall record. So when you compare records, Khabib was undefeated.
Well,
Kind of hard to argue against Khabib, except that he didn't fight enough and long enough. But he's undefeated.
I think the thing is
Maybe.
though, too is when you look at when you make that argument of the GOAT in their prime. You know what? Because with that argument, now you have Anderson in there. Is Anderson in his prime?
His prime would be there. But his career, I think he's now.
I mean, honestly, even with his career, I would still say
He's
still
up there.
in the
I
talks.
think he'll be.
I wouldn't put him. So if I made let's do Mount Rushmore. We're picking 4.
Khabib, GSP, Jon Jones. So who's the 4th? Maybe even Daniel Cormier.
That's a fair argument, dude.
The 3 for me is easy. The 4 is hard.
The 3 for everyone's easy, dude. I think everyone can always hit a 3, but when we get to that 4th one, it's always tough. I just did this on another podcast recently, and I was like, God damn, number 4 was hard. And then even after I gave number 4, when we finished recording, and I went to bed, I was like, fuck, I missed that one.
And like I have a few people that pop up in mind, but it's like they lost. They have like Aldo.
Well, and Aldo,
Mighty Mouse, I guess, would be the 4th, and I can make it.
I think Aldo is a good one too, because when you think about the loss though too, like I said, I'm going based off what they were doing during their prime. Like yes, they took a loss. Everyone loses except for Jon Jones and Khabib. I mean, hell, even GSP. GSP lost at the beginning of his career, but he ain't lost since. I mean, for me, GSP is always going to be top of that mountain for me. I always think that dude, he was able to fight in so many different ways. If you're a wrestler, he's going to make you stand up. If you want to stand up, he's going to make you wrestle. He's going to take the fight where he wants to fight you go. So he's number 1. Number 2 for me is Mighty Mouse. Another dude that he takes the fight everywhere. And the thing is, I remember I had a friend, I think he just didn't like Mighty Mouse because Mighty Mouse was being all the dudes that he liked. But he was like, Mighty Mouse was born, he doesn't finish fights. And I was like, are you serious? Have you looked at, you must not watch his fights then. Like, out of all the fights that, he and I watched together, it's like, Mighty Mouse had only not finished 2 of them. All of them he was submitting, people are knocking him out. Even Henry Cejudo, which is another name that you look at as one of those. As much as people fucking think that dude, he's undeniable. I think he's a better coach, but he's a really fucking good fighter. But I'm gonna go GSP, Mighty Mouse. Khabib is a tricky one for me because Khabib was stomping through everyone, and I feel like part of what hurt Khabib is that at one point he wasn't able to keep on the weight. So he missed out on some big fights. Now there's no doubt though that he would have won those fights. But it's like, okay, like there's a graphic that they put up for Jon Jones, where like Jon Jones, when he came up, beat the legends at that time. He then beat the fighters and the legends of his time. and he started beating the kids that were coming up that were beating everybody else. It's like, when I look at Khabib, he was beating the guys in his time, but he wasn't really getting the fight any of the top guys back when he was coming up.
Strategic. He was fighting people.
I don't even know if that was a strategy thing. I think that was a UFC.
Well, he was always maybe, but yeah, he was always
Because he was willing to fight anyone. Like, I've never seen Khabib, turn away from a fight. Khabib was always willing to fight anyone you put in front of him. I think the UFC, I think because he was a wrestler, I think the UFC had this thing where it was like, we don't really want to put him in there too often. We don't want to showcase him because he's a wrestler and wrestling is boring. But the thing is, there's a guy on this card coming up on the next fight. He's dude was fucking great, but they're saying during the commentary, like, we don't get to see this dude fight because Dana, isn't impressed. He thinks the guy's boring. Meanwhile, this dude is out there. It was a fucking fun fight. It was like, how is this guy being hidden from us? Like, no, give us more of this dude. So I'll put Khabib there because you can't deny the fact that he went 29-0. So that is something that has to be spoken to. Now, when it gets to Jon Jones, that's where it gets tricky for him. I think he has the highest fight IQ. Only one better might be GSP. I think he's the most creative striker. Even I think his striking is trash. And I always feel like he just knows where to be and where not to be in the cage. Right time, right place, right time. But he's also a fucking dickhead. It's like his post-fight speech talking about, my prayer warriors and, God and, I couldn't have done this without my fiance. Is like, oh.
He's great at making you think he's changed, and then something's gonna happen. And he's about to get cocaine binge. He's got to be at the cocaine bearing too. So every time I feel like he tricks everybody all the time. Like you're like, oh, he changed. He's a good person. He's changed now. He's got his life together. Then it's like something happened.
The thing that sucks though is like I'm basing it off his fight ability, and it's like
he's got a definite plus in genetics.
Yeah,
I mean, all his brothers are professional athletes. He's got that build. I mean, it's almost like a pitcher where they had long and lean. They got that power in the body, but like needing to lift weights.
And that's the thing people always say about Jon Jones is he's stronger than he looks. It's like you look at that dude, you don't think he's that strong, but once he gets a hold of you,
he looks lanky, but keep in mind that's extra torque.
Yeah, that leverage is serious, dude.
So he's that muscular with those long limbs.
I'm gonna go with the same Mount Rushmore, but I just feel like there's more debate there.
Yeah, well, at least be similar Mount Rushmore.
Alright, I'm gonna try it. Oh god, this looks like oil.
It's a great percentage.
I don't give a fuck about the percentage. It looks like oil.
I feel like you gotta drink it like a tequila shot.
Motherfucker. Like
it's I wouldn't say high risk, high reward, but there's a reward for it.
I may as well just drink my wine here. I can't even smell it, to be honest. That's a good thing, I guess.
It's called blackberry, which is delightful. It's not terrible, but it's not good.
It's not hateful, but I definitely ain't gonna buy
I
it.
didn't say in our style, but the alcohol percentage is impressive.
No.
The color is atrocious.
Yeah, the color's horrible. The bottle, they put that in that bottle on purpose. They do. Like,
If they didn't put blackberry on it, I wouldn't have gotten it. But Heavy Seas, Heavy Seas, I feel like Heavy Seas is a great name for their. I think we might have. Do you have the glasses? I'll rinse these. This one has to be.
the glasses are in the fridge.
This one might be rinsed because this is a stout.
Yeah,
and very heavy coffee flavored stout.
yeah, you can't follow stout without a rinse. But yeah, so when you look at MMA and it's Mount Rushmore or the GOATs, I mean, if we're just going off all four, those four for sure. Now then, if you start adding on addendums, like if you say, all right, let's just give let's go top 8 like a tournament. So we got our 4 right there. And following after that, I'm gonna throw in Anderson. I'll throw in after Anderson. I'll throw Stipe in there. He's the only heavyweight to defend the belt 3 times. No one has defended it 3 times. Everyone like gets to 1 or 2, and it's like, okay, it was nice knowing you. After that, we can go with. It's weird because light heavyweight really has nothing. There's a lot of great light heavyweights, and then there's Jon Jones. That's his division. I mean, a motivated BJ Penn, he can't be stopped. When BJ Penn is in shape, BJ Penn was a fucking problem. And Fedor, back in those pride days, couldn't nobody see him. I mean, that, I'll take that to an 8. I mean, I would say
second tier.
Verdun could be in there, right behind him since he did end up beating Fedor. I remember when Verdun beat Fedor because we all went out. I remember we all went out to the joint in Colompton. What the fuck was that place called? I used to work in the stores. I cannot remember it now, but Looney's.
Oh,
yeah. Went to Looney's. I remember they had there was some other bullshit on, but I knew Strike Force was on that night. I knew Fedor was fighting Verdun. And Fedor is this walking legend. It's like, they were like, oh, he was a heavy favorite, like a ridiculous favorite. I remember thinking in my head, I was like, I mean, if I had $100, I'd put it on Verdun. Just, just because. But let's see. I mean, at this point, Fedor's beaten Krokop, who was a tank. He beat Minotauro, who was a tank. He beat Andre Arlovsky, who was a tank. Who else did he beat? I think he fought Minotauro or Krokop. I think they fought twice. And the big talk is always, well, Fedor versus King would be a great fight for greatest heavyweight of all time. Fedor versus Brock would be a great fight, which I don't think it would. I think Fedor would have fucking stolen Brock's lunch. Brock ain't like getting hit. Like, when Shane Carlin hit him, even though he won that fight, he realized, I don't like getting hit in the face. That shit hurts. You know what, Brock? I agree. But yeah, second tier, yeah, would have to be Anderson, Stipe, Fedor, and BJ, for me at least. But that's how I would play it. But really, shouldn't be one go really bad. Oh, fuck. You know what? Take BJ out there. Put Volkanovski. Forget about that fucking guy. Because I think, I just watched that fight from a couple weeks ago, and Islam, Makhachev, Khabib's guy, he won the fight. But when you go back and look at that, I don't know. I think at the very least it's a draw. I don't know that he outright won the fight, but I don't think Volkanovski did enough to win the fight outright. Because, I mean, you got to keep in mind, he's moving up to 155 to fight the champion. And the rule is, if you're going to beat the champion, you have to beat the champion. Like, it's not like, oh, let's skate by on a close fight. Like Henry Cejudo versus Marinos, I think, is one of those situations where I don't think Cejudo won that fight. But the judges said he did. And it was a close one. I just feel like when it's close, it tends to always fall into the favor of the champion. So, but I think Volkanovski is one of those guys too, who people tend to forget because he's 145. But the dude, I mean, the way he was fighting Islam, I mean, he's the little dude, and he's barking at this dude and talking shit at this dude, and he was the wrestler. He was like a little chihuahua, just fucking barking. So,
today I came across some of the highlights of the Wilder Fury fights. And then it made me just remember how freaking absolutely special all 3 fights were. Even the last one where Fury knocked him out, it was like decisive. Like, you know, now people, and there's no reason for a rematch. Fury went down twice that fight. Like, their fights were close, and then watching that first one again, I mean, all 3 fights were amazing. That first one, when Fury is knocked out cold and just gets up, it's like the Undertaker. Because that shit, like, Fury thought he won, and then you could tell he's a little shook when he comes back. I'm like, you got up?
Why are you sitting up?
And then one thing with Fury is, like, he had no excuses. Most people would say he won that fight. I mean, he gets knocked down at the end. But if, again, boxing goes by rounds, Fury won more rounds. In fact, like, one judge had him up by like 5 rounds. So I don't know how that fight ended up in draw. But Fury, like, had no excuses. He didn't, like, whine about the decision. I saw, like, some behind the stage things. Like, he was, like, apologizing. Just seemed like, in my heart, I know I'm a champion. You know, we just didn't. Sometimes it's not your night. The second one, he dominates. Third one, though, and you know, it was a better fight than you realize. Like, when I remember it, so like it ended with a knockout.
We went to the. Did we go to the casino for that?
I think it was the second one. Yeah, both were good fights, but I think the second one was clear he won. The third one, again, he knocks him out, and it doesn't go distance, but he does go down twice in 1 round. Like, Wilder was doing good too. Like, Wilder probably will beat anyone else but him.
It's weird because I feel like I saw the third one, but I don't remember the third one.
Man, look, how many times those dudes went down, they were.
Oh, so this is the dude that is like, they don't give him fights or anything. And he put on the show. Fucking great fighter. And hopefully they give that dude some respect. Because the only thing I would say that goes against him, he was just kind of standing there getting hit in the face. So he loves him a big bowl of CTE. He's not scared of CTE. He has no fear of brain damage. But he was not. I think one time he was rocked. He recovered very well. So I don't know. I'm not crazy about people just giving their faces punch man. Like I like to see a little bit of finesse to it. Like, okay, punch him a few times, trip him, get some body shots in there. You know, grapple. Like, have fun with the fight. You know? Like, don't like people always want to see a quick flash knockout. People want to see like Jorge versus Ben Askren. Like the quick 3-second knockout. It's like
I guess a knockout's always it's always like an ultimate.
So right there,
feeling.
like Leon Edwards versus Usman. I mean, Leon was actually kind of a fucking boring fight because once Usman was like, I'm not letting this dude like fucking get me to the ground again. He just pretty much bullied him the rest of the fight until Leon got that knockout at the end. But fucking Izzy versus Alex Pereira. That was a good fucking stand-up fight. Like, you know, put some work into it. I don't want to just see like, okay, you know, you see a flash knockout. People just want to see a mismatch. People just want to see violence for no reason. I want to see orchestrated violence. I want to see that both fighters have a chance. I don't want to see just one guy go in there and get beat up. That's like watching a fucking grown man beat up a 12-year-old. So, fuck out of here, dummies.
That got me thinking too of like boxing goats. That's really debatable. I mean, you have your undefeated boxers, but like Mayweather dodged people's whole career. He fought people when they're past their prime. It was very strategic. He's the best, probably the best defensive fighter. But I don't give him the GOAT. You have like fighters like Pacquiao and Roberto Duran. They got some losses, but they fucking were taking like on everyone they could. Pacquiao has 9 different belts. Mayweather is not even close to that. 9 different belts from like whatever. I don't remember what it is. It was 5, 6, 7 weight classes.
Yeah, I think it's like
that's ridiculous.
I thought it was 8 weight classes.
It's ridiculous.
Or maybe it was like 8 belts and 7 weight classes or something.
So he kept fighting the very best he could. But he has his record has losses for sure, and a lot of those losses are very questionable.
Well, I mean,
Mike Tyson in his prime, is he not?
Well, so
Mike Tyson was destroying people.
But then that's another argument though there too, because it's like Mike Tyson in his prime was running through everyone, but a lot of those guys were beat before the fight started, you know, because they were psyched out and they were scared of him. But the thing is, he was a brute, and then it turned out. I mean, he's a great boxer, but then it's like when you put him in there with Holyfield, who outboxed him.
Yeah, Holyfield should be considered actually. He was a little undersized, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Marciano was undefeated. I don't think anyone's considered Holyfield.
Well, so boxing gets a little weirder too, because boxing is an older sport. So you start looking at heavyweight back, you know, in the 20s. Heavyweight was 80 pounds, you know.
Muhammad Ali fucking worked people, like he's up there for sure.
Yeah.
He has some losses, but again, he was fighting the best people a lot.
But I mean, but then that goes back to MMA though, because when we talk about Henderson, it was like he had some losses. It was like, yeah, his losses though were against Chris Weidman, who was the eventual champ. Israel Adesanya, who was the eventual champ. Michael Bisping, who was the eventual champ.
There's also something to say too, of like, just thinking of Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Is Mayweather was so defensive and fought to win on points. Pacquiao would try. He was wild. He was willing to take the risk to try to put you out.
I think there should be a lot more said about that versus because again, that's the Alexander Volkanovski fight. He was the aggressor. He was charging at Islam. He was there in the pocket trying to fight. That's Pacquiao. He was going there to fight. I
actually saw a comment today where it was the 5 biggest, probably bad decisions in boxing. One was Timothy Bradley versus Pacquiao, and someone commented like, the aggressor doesn't always win necessarily. Pacquiao fucking hit him though 4 times more than he hit.
Pacquiao beat the shit out of that dude. Even Tim Bradley looked
he thought he lost.
Yeah.
At the time of the fight, like afterwards, he plays this old. He looked shocked. Everyone was shocked.
It's like, oh my god, I won.
Like I was at a bar where everyone didn't even pay attention to the decision until everyone like started nudging each other. Yeah, they said he lost. What? No, he didn't. Stop lying.
Yeah, that's fucking goofy. But yeah, when it comes to boxing and the GOAT there, it gets a little slippery because it's like also so many different, like the way, like I guess that's one argument I always hear with boxing is like the different weight classes, so many of them. It's like I don't know if that's so much of a thing as much as this. It's just there's a long history of boxing, like a very long history. So it gets a little tougher to
few boxers too. Like have a ridiculous amount of friends. Is it fight? Is it champions? Like the amount of fights he fought was insane.
I think that speaks volumes too. Because like how many times you're getting out there. Because the thing with MMA, because it's 30 years old this year. So it's still a very young sport. So for us to say, okay, Mount Rushmore, who's the GOAT, and things like that, people can then troll even back to the first, 10 UFCs. And you got people saying Grace Gracie. And we did a breakdown show once about the first few UFCs in comparison to what you see now. And it's like none of these guys could fucking stand in the same fucking cage with anyone today. But it's a different sport today. Whereas boxing today versus boxing back then, relatively the same. But with MMA, it's changed where it's like you have special. Like before, it was like, okay, your martial art versus my martial art. And then somebody was like, hey, why don't I mix all the martial arts? And then someone else was like, well, why don't I learn this, but I'm gonna specialize in this? And then we enter Matt Hughes, and then we enter GSP, and we enter BJ Penn, Anderson Silva, and stuff like that.
So yeah, one and again, I'm actually not familiar with this fight, but I knew his record was ridiculous. Julio Cesar Chavez, 115 fights, 107 wins. 86 by knockout.
You can't argue against
God damn.
that. You cannot argue against that.
That mug had 6 losses in 115 fights and 86 knockouts. God damn.
I mean,
2 draws. He had 27 title defenses. God damn.
I mean, that's something right there where you're like, well, you know, if you go Mount Rushmore there. I guess.
Like, that knockout percentage is insane. 86 out of 115.
I think, too, when we look at, like, Mount Rushmore and GOATs, people look at also notoriety. People ignore, you know, people like to keep in mind of, like, the fights and the stats and whatnot, and then the flashy moments. But a lot of people will also add in there, oh, I know that name. I recognize that name, so that means, because you'll have a lot of people that say Conor's the GOAT. And Conor is far from the GOAT. Yes, he beat Jose Aldo. But to be quite honest, if now I'm talking GOAT talk, I would still put Jose Aldo in there as a GOAT over, you know, I would put him ahead of Conor, even though Conor beat him. Because
Conor had a good run.
He had
a period of years.
He had a good run, and that
he was a great striker.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I think he's still one of the better strikers in MMA. But the thing is, the game has evolved where you need more than just striking. And I think that was one of the things that you saw when he came back. He fought Cowboy. He beat Cowboy. The Cowboy was kind of on his way out anyway. And that's not to say that Cowboy quit or gave up. I'm not Stephen A. Smith. No. But it's like Cowboy wanted that fight 3 years prior. And they didn't want to give him that fight. Then Cowboy went on kind of a losing streak. And I was like, let's throw him in there now. But once Conor got in there with Dustin Poirier, who could beat, those two guys are kind of in. Poirier is the kind of guy who I remember watching him come up, and he's changed with the game, and that's kind of the thing. You have to change as the game changes, and Conor wasn't doing it. He might be working on that now. He's going to have that fight with Michael Chandler in August, I think. Or I think it said September 3rd, so maybe August or September. Jesus Christ, did you see, like, he was at the card this weekend? That dude looks like he ate all of the steroids. Like, he looked like he went to McDonald's and said, give me a number 1 with a Sprite and give me a Happy Meal. Wink, wink, with the steroids.
Yeah, there ain't no way that he's fighting looking like he is right now.
No. Well, so he has to, in order for him to fight, he's been out of the USADA pool. So in order for him to come back to fight, he has to be in the pool for 6 months. And I think September is where that cuts off. So
again, if he's not fighting and human growth hormone and steroids do help you recover from injury.
Yeah.
So if he's doing it for the period, he got himself healed, then he's got to get off of it. Like it's too obvious right now.
Well,
Look's face changed.
He filmed Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal, which I have notes up there as well.
Oh yeah, I saw that. They filmed that at the UFC, right?
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal.
So
the scene I saw was like, first I thought it was a UFC fight. So they weren't showing Jake Gyllenhaal's face. It's like, it was probably missed.
So Sarah and I were talking about this tonight at dinner when I was throwing a chili dog. It made me angry because the way the punches were being thrown and the way that Jake Gyllenhaal's body was flailing. I was like, first off, no fighter's throwing punches like that, number 1. Number 2, if he got hit twice like that and flailed like that fight is stopped.
It's the same as Creed and the Rocky movies.
Yeah.
The way they get hit, like no one's staying up on them. Like they get hit with their hands down.
Yeah.
3 punches in a row. Like, like no.
Actually, I did just watch Creed.
I do like the Creed movies.
I liked it a lot, but yeah, watching the fight scenes.
The fight scene was
Like,
terrible.
oh my god,
But that was how Rocky was too. It's just like non-stop. Them like you'll get like 15 hits in a row, then it goes back to Rocky. He hits 15 in a row. It's like no one's getting hit 15 times with their hands down and staying up.
Well, the thing is, too, watching Rocky, at the very least, the one thing we had in our pocket for that is we were kids. So we can say, oh, that was really good. And, as you're an adult, you wonder, oh my god, it was
Yeah, they could do
all
better.
shit. They should be better, but they don't. I think Tom Hardy and Warrior was decent for the most part. I gotta read this.
He likes actual training, right?
Yeah, I mean, he goes.
Michael B. Jordan looks like a bodybuilder. Like his physique, I don't think that's a real.
Well,
and I saw him do that, and again, it doesn't mean shit, but it's that punching power machine.
Yeah.
His shit was weak as shit.
Like, what was it? What was I gonna say?
He lifts.
He was
for his physique.
He was talking shit to Roy Jones back after they filmed Creed. He was like, he was basically saying he was like,
and Roy Jones is a top 10 boxer. So.
Yeah, like don't do that. Like
Roy Jones will hit you 10 times before you even see.
He'll hit you 10 times before you get your hands up. He's like, oh, oh, we started.
He's up there for good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just looked at like who they consider top 10. I disagree and agree with some, but a lot of the old boxers fought a lot. Like they're well over 100 fights. So they had Sugar Ray Robinson.
I've heard that quite a bit.
He had something like he knocked out over 100 people. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just those talks. I mean, we hear the talks constantly with Jordan versus LeBron. That's an argument that's just never going to be one way or the other. Because they're going to have. I mean, no, I agree, Jordan, and I hate Jordan.
I think it is funny though. Like a lot of things come out with that of just how LeBron proclaims himself as number one, and a lot of things come out like, oh, Jordan never proclaimed he was the best fighter ever. It's just other people did. And it's like, so I'm like,
Oh. All right. Oh, look at that. Bet we sound better now, don't we?
yeah.
Oh no, we're gonna sound fine here. Doesn't matter. It's there.
Yeah, I was just looking at my level.
Well, because I hit the wrong thing. I put it for the headphones and not the microphones. So yeah. Anyhow, y'all heard what we said. Fuck y'all. Let's rate this beer.
I hope y'all heard us. We talked a lot of good shit.
We talked 52 minutes.
Blackbeard's Breakfast. It's a porter. I think I'll give us a break of the porters,
Please,
because we had a lot lately.
Yeah.
The reason I got this is because it was Blackbeard.
Of course you did.
I actually remember Bay like this one. I saw Blackbeard. Yeah, but by Heavy Seas, it's debatable where Heavy Seas is. I say Hellthorpe, but it says Baltimore online.
I say Hellthorpe.
I've been to the damn brewery. But yeah, so this is a breakfast style. Does that mean people are drinking this for breakfast? That's wild.
If they're not, then they're losing.
Yeah, we should have we need to have another day drinking trip, and this will be a breakfast.
Ooh, okay. I've got some news on that, but let's rate this real quick because I got to pee.
All right, coffee aged and bourbon barrels. It's Imperial Porto, double coffee. It has English malts, notes of caramel, bourbon, and whatever Sumatran coffee. But
Gross.
the benefit or the positive, besides Blackbeard on the cover, 10%. No,
If it were 12, I'd give it a 7.
Hey, 10% though.
10 is fine, but
We went from 9.5 to 10.
Still tastes like piss. Well, it actually doesn't taste
no
like
other
piss.
podcast doing that.
I
They're
don't
rating
know.
their love.
Are you listening to all the beer podcasts?
Yeah,
'Cause
they're
I'm
like,
not.
this is 4%. What do you give it? A 10?
For some reason, I feel like you went and listened to a specific podcast, picked that. I was like, fuck these guys. And now those guys are probably listening to us like, man, we really like you guys. We're big fans. Fuck y'all.
Yeah,
all right.
you're 5% beers.
Bitch ass. Drinking your beer at fucking Disney World. Hoe ass.
8.5. Oh, that's so high. Oh, yeah, that's our lowest beer for today.
It's like 8.5. Shit, that's the warm up, bitch.
Our
All right.
9.5 was the warm up. This is 10.
I'm gonna give this one.
Yeah, in all honesty,
I'm gonna give it a 6.5 because if you hand this to me, I'm gonna drink it, but I'm not buying this. It's not. I mean, it's just not my style.
Yeah, it's heavy. Not as heavy as I was expecting.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be heavier. It was kind of smooth.
I'm not, yeah, I'm a big fan of the taste, but I could see some people are. It's not as tasty as some stouts because it is a 10%er. I feel like when you're going 10%, you're not going for taste anymore. Like you're trying to make it tolerable.
No, dude, look, if I'm drinking anything above 10%, I'm definitely not there for taste. I'm there to get fucked up.
Yeah, there's no way like they're like, yeah, this is a tasty beverage. Let's put that. No, they're like, how could we get this to taste acceptable at 10%?
I don't know. Let's get a score. I got to piss.
6.5. I go 6.6 just because it's 10%. It's fine.
Yeah. It's like I wanted to go. I wanted to go 6.6, 6.7.
It's definitely not something else.
It's just it's like, dude, like if you handed this to me at a party and there was nothing else, I would drink this.
Yeah, I feel like I'm probably gonna cap it at 1. But if you hand it to me at a party, I'm probably gonna be kind of happy. Like, oh, you gave me a 10% beer. Oh, sweet.
So also with that, if you hand this to me at a party, there's one of two places you can hand this to me at the party. At the very beginning to start me off, or you have to get me 5 or 6 beers in.
Yeah, then at that point, you'd think it's towards the end of the night, but when you drink that 10% beer at 5,
it's just getting started. All right, let me go piss real quick, and then we'll be back. My bad, y'all. I fucked up the sound earlier, but y'all could hear us for the first 50 minutes. It's good. And
where's it recorded? It might not.
I don't know. It might not have been recording. Y'all might get 52 minutes of silence.
Oh yeah, I would say fast forward to it, but y'all probably stop listening.
They're like, fuck these guys. They always fuck up the podcast. What I need to do is I need to put a ticker right here or something. I need to put something like to say, make sure you check all the things. What it was too is like I rushed in. Like I was sitting here and I was ready. But then once you got here, I was like, all right, let's rush into it. Let's go. And I looked and I saw the device on. I had the device on for hearing, for the headphones, but I didn't have the device set for the microphones. So this
looks like a good color compared to what we've been having.
Yeah, I'm
this
curious.
This is another roided up beer.
I love me some strawberries.
This is called number 6, and it's the roided version of number 3.
All right. It smells decent. So,
it would be funsies.
All right. So, so yeah, we had a near hour talk of UFC. So that's good. Good. So I texted you the other day. I won the lottery. Nothing major, but it was still a nice come up for the week. So I got a scratch off. I don't normally do scratch offs, but I was like, why not? It was $5. I was like, fuck it. Let's get a scratch off. And the way it works is there's 4 at the top. You scratch that off. So these are your 4 numbers you're looking for. And then there are 15 rows. So 3 rows, whatever. 3 rows of 5. Or some shit like that. I don't know how it goes. I didn't do good at math. And if you get a number that matches one of your 4 up top, then you're in the running now. Now scratch underneath that number, and whatever dollar amount is there, that's what you win. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I scratch, I get my numbers. I was like, okay, that's solid. So as I'm scratching, the first row, I had 2 of my numbers already come up. I was like, oh shit, $50, okay, cool. $100, nice, all right, cool. I think I got 150. I don't know. Let's see. So I go to the next row. I get nothing. I go to the third row. Scratch. Oh, there's another one of my numbers. Cool. Oh, another 50. Cool. Like, look at this. Then I scratch. I get to the last one. Another one of my numbers. And another 50. I was like, holy shit. I was like, no way. That was too easy. There's no way that happened. So I showed Sarah. She's like, no, it looks like you won. I was like, yeah, girl, you don't fucking play the lottery. You don't know shit. Shut up. So I go to YouTube and I watch somebody. This dude had 20 of those tickets. So he scratched off 10 of them on one video and then 10 on another. I only watched the one video. I only need to watch one. I want to see what he was doing. First off, he scratched off out of his 10 tickets on the one video. I think he won a total of $35. That's what made me feel uneasy. I was like, I'm getting pump faked. I ain't win shit. This dude just did 10 tickets and got $35. There's something goofy here. I didn't watch the other video, but I wanted to get an understanding. So I showed it to my manager. I was like, because she's smart. I was like, did I win? Because it looks like you won. I was like, but there are other words. Read those words. What did it say? Seems like you might have won. I was like, okay. So I go up to the corner store. I hand it to the guy. I was like, hey, man, what does this mean? And he smiles and was like, are you getting 250? I was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, you're getting 250. I was like, because I don't be winning things, dude. So don't fuck with me. If you fucking with me, I won't come back here and buy bananas. I was like, no, you won 250. I was like, okay. He goes, do you want to cash it out or you want to buy more tickets? And I was like, no. I was like, give me my money. I was like, okay, just checking. Because I guess what people do is if they win, they say, let it ride. Give me some more tickets. And I was like, nah.
That's why everyone loses in the casino.
I was like, nah, just give me my money and let me go. I mean, I did buy a can of Pringles and a vitamin water.
That's a good investment. I know we have some questions later. I feel like that's something similar to a chip flavor, maybe.
Okay. All right. We'll get to it.
But yeah, that's a good purchase.
Yeah. I mean,
you got your vitamins, but you got your chips.
Yeah,
I'm all for chips.
Dude, I know you are. Like, anytime we have a cookout or something, I always tell Sir we have to get chips if you're coming because if we don't have chips, you might leave. So I'm always just like, just get some chips. She's like, what kind? I was like, it doesn't, just make sure they're crunchy. As long as they're crunchy, he'll show up. Like, you'll hear the bag rustling and Steve just pops up out of the bushes. Do I hear chips? I was like, and Sophie's like, what the fuck? I was like, right?
Got to put them on your hot dog, put them on your hamburger.
I mean,
turkey sandwich, it's mandatory.
I guess, man.
The burger's not, but I will say a burger and you use Doritos as your cheese is amazing.
So I used to put, well, I still do. I put, like, if I get like a cheeseburger from McDonald's, I put my fries on it. And I thought I was the only one. But you remember Steve Payne? Like, I went up to McDonald's with him one time as a kid. He did the same thing. I was like, I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, one of my favorite fast food, and I'm not a big Taco Bell bugger, but when they had that beef and potato burrito, that shit was banging. And so we would make it at home with French fries, put that on the burrito. I mean, it just adds something to it. It's special.
Yeah, it adds a little, pizzazz to it.
Potatoes, yeah. I think, well, that's not one of our questions, but if you had to choose one vegetable, what are you choosing? I think I would choose potatoes because there's so many things you can do with a potato.
Yeah, I mean, it gets weird because it's like potatoes is like the ultimate vegetable.
That's my favorite.
But I don't. It's like it's not really a healthy vegetable.
Well, no, I mean, it's nutrient wise.
Give me a sweet potato then.
They're good.
I can make a pie.
Bea makes
fries,
homemade sweet potato fries quite often, and when you salt it right.
Hey, you know what? So does my wife.
But when you salt it and you cook it good, it's got that sweet salt combination. That shit is banging.
Sarah makes them quite a bit, but I don't really eat them often. Like, I have to be in the mood. So every so often I'm like, let me get a few of these and I'll eat the whole fucking container.
I like them. But yeah, the other day we just had regular old crinkle cut fries in the air fryer.
Nice.
Yeah, that shit was probably gone within 10 seconds in front of me.
As they should be. They should not be left around. But yeah, so an addendum to the lottery thing because I won once and I was like, well, let me go press my luck. So I went and bought 2 more tickets. And I won, out of the 2 tickets, I won $5. So that just let me understand. And I told Sarah, here's my philosophy to this. If I play something and I don't win, oh well, then I'm not doing it again. But if I play something and I win, I'm going to do it one more time. Now, if I win again, might keep going. But if I lose, I'm out.
See, this was my you remember I got big into blackjack. This was my strategy. Mm-hmm. And there was a period I won almost every single time. Or I just broke even. Basically, my rule was, I forget how much I was carrying with me, but my goal was to win. At one point it was 100, but I think I lowered it to 50 eventually, but I think it was 100. But basically my goal was, say 100 was my goal, to win $100. I wanted to win one hand over $100. So whatever denomination, if I'm playing $10, then I'm at 110. Now, if I lose that hand and I go back to 100, I'm out. We're leaving. Now, if I'm winning, that's what it was. Because it's been years now. The next denomination is 150. One hand over 150. So if I keep playing, as long as I don't go below 100, and I work my way up, and a lot of times it was slow. It'd be like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, almost be like I'm almost out, but I get to 160 now. Now it's like if I get down to 150, I'm leaving. So that's how I would do my rules. Sometimes I had some big nights. Other nights where I was down early, then my goal was to just break even. Like, let's get back to even and dip out.
Yep.
But I was very strict with that. So I was never winning huge amounts each time, but I was winning or breaking even almost every time. There was a point when I played at Maryland Live. I think their game was rigged. Their blackjack, they put in the automatic shufflers. It's really strange how I think blackjack, you should win 45% of the time. There's rules in your favor if you bet correctly. You have to double down, the splitting that help make it close to 50-50. But you're still, if you play long enough, you're going to lose. But at Maryland Live, my win percentage is like 10. Something's up with that. Like, I've played there multiple times, and there was one night I was down almost all of my winnings that I kept adding 100, like I was carrying like $2,000 on me because I kept winning and winning like 100 every night. And one night I almost lost it all, but I was sweating. Like, I couldn't win a hand at Maryland Live. I was in dream scenarios. It'd be like a great split. The dealer showing a 6, which is the worst hand. And like, I had to lose. Like, what the fuck is going on? This isn't possible. Finally, I got one hand towards the end where I'm like, I'm about to lose everything. Luckily, I mean, again, I built myself up a bankroll, but I had to split this hand. I was sweating. It was like 3 different hands. It ended up being split like 3 different times. I had to double down on every one. It was basically like I was playing not high numbers necessarily, but I was in for $600 on one hand. Thank God I won that hand. But that just put me back even. And I was like, I'm out of here. I'm never playing a Maryland Live again.
Yeah, so it sounds fucking chaotic.
The freaking automatic shufflers, I don't know what's up with those. I'd never see anyone win with those. Well, meanwhile, Delaware, they're doing the hand shuffles.
Yeah. And
people, I mean, again, one thing that why got me out of blackjack though was that people are getting addicted to gambling. They're just mean. Like, one was this old lady. Again, she would blame people why she lost. There's the book strategy, just as much as the book can help you, because it doesn't matter what they do. It can help you, but it can also hurt you. It appears, if they don't play by the book, like it hurts you, but it can also help you. Like, they take the fucking card that would have busted you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, doing the mathematics, the bad players aren't actually hurting you. They're helping you as much as they're hurting you. But it was crazy how mean people were with blackjack. Just like, you're fucking fucked up. And I'm like, you do realize some people are playing blackjack that aren't experts? You're playing at a $10 table?
Well, that's
like,
kind of
like
like
playing for fun.
That's the same principle when playing Hold'em, and somebody that's a call station, and they don't normally play. It's like, it's fucking your game up because they shouldn't be in this hand. Meanwhile, they're just there calling every fucking thing. It's like, God fucking damn it, you should not have been here. I raised off the flop. Yep. The same, kind of the same ideal.
Yeah, and that's the Phil Hellmuth why he throws his temper tantrums. You don't play by the book, he throws a fit. Meanwhile, when he doesn't play by the book, he's a genius.
And that's always the weird, kind of conundrum to it though. It's like, if you don't play by the book, but you win, like, you're considered a genius. But if you play by the book and do it, the way it should be done, and then you win, then it's like, oh, okay, well, they're conservative.
Yeah, I think, like Daniel, I would consider the best poker players to me was Daniel Nagano, whatever you say his name. Because he did a mix. I mean, he would bluff, like, Phil Hellmuth was. I mean, one, he's annoying. I don't know how he doesn't get murdered at the table sometimes.
No, I hated that dude. Like, I remember watching poker and just thinking, like, dude, I want to
every
punch
time he
him.
got bad beat, he threw such a fit. And it's like, it's poker. You really think you're never gonna get bad beat? If everyone played by the rules, then there would be no skill to poker. If everyone played by the book, it would just be who gets the best hands every time.
So I remember you and I had that talk many years ago. We were just talking about that. You know, just kind of like, yeah, if you play by the book, then yeah, it's just going to be
mix it up.
Like, well, I wonder though with Phil Hellmuth, though, you know, with poker being what it was then, and the cameras being on, if some of that tantrum was kind of overblown for the cameras, I still think he's a piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
But I'm wondering if some of that was just kind of blown out of proportion. I can't imagine
he has many friends.
No.
He reminds us of a certain person we played with that no one wanted to play with.
Yep. I know. As soon as you said, he reminds us, I was like, I know who
it was funny, the recent poker game I played, and they're like, what about this person? I was like, dude, if we invite him, no one will play. And if you ever hope for a game 2, there's no chance it's going to happen.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to download the app again. I'm going to play a little bit, see if it feels right to me. Because, like, I was telling Sarah, I was like, I don't really have an interest in poker anymore. Because to me, it's like, if anything, it's for the atmosphere.
Yeah, and that game was a good atmosphere. Like, that was a fun time because there was so much drinks. It was a good crowd.
But to that, though, I can just sit there for the atmosphere. I don't have to pay for the atmosphere. Well, but the thing is, it's like, in my mind, it's like, let me play on PokerStars on my phone for a little while and see how I feel. Because there was a point where I was playing, I felt good. I was like, dude, I think I'm back into it. But there are no games. No one's ever playing. So I was like, then I deleted the app and then started jerking off more. And
I don't know. There's debate on if that's healthy or not.
I mean, it is. I mean, it keeps the finger out of your butt. I mean, unless you like a finger in your butt while you're doing it.
You still got to get that, though, right?
Yeah, but they say it like keeps away like the prostate cancer if you jerk off more. So that's why I jerk off so much, because I'm like, I'm scared. I don't want to finger on my butt.
Why you jerk off so I'm preventing cancer.
Like, you just be at work jerking. I was like, what are you doing? Trying to get rid of cancer? Do you have it? Not yet.
Yeah, because you know why I don't have it?
Like, well, hold on. Don't say anything. I'm almost there. Like, send the secretary in here. Short titty. But yeah, I'm going to download the app and play a little bit and see how I feel. And, you know, I might jump into a game.
Yeah, maybe the next game I'll try to do maybe at my house. I don't have enough chairs, but I'm pretty sure I can find enough.
I was say, like, tell me, I'll bring chairs.
I got a long table, so. But yeah.
I mean, I kind of feel like, you know, the girth is a little bit more than the length. You know, it's a little bit better.
That's what I've heard.
I mean, I don't know. That's my argument, because let me tell you, we're only 2.5 inches. You gotta count for something, right? Am I right?
Work those corners.
Don't be like Litos. Don't cut no corners. Dude, if I wonder,
they could have made that into a clever commercial.
I always feel like it's like people, if like someone just like randomly fell into one of our episodes, like in the middle. It's like you just hear some shit. It's like, do you stick around to see what else comes with it, or do you say, nope, I'm out?
Someone was saying something like recently of like, I can be quiet. I was like, nah, I'm toned down. Trust me. I'm trying to tone myself down. And I was like, I think 2 episodes ago, the first 20 minutes would sum us up pretty good. Like, I don't think there was anything you could say that wasn't highly controversial.
Oh, well, fuck them. Well, I was telling Sarah this the other day about, so in high school I was in drama, and Miss Pashulo would always put me in these roles that fit my personality. Because we were talking about actors, period. And I use that example. And I was like, the thing that sucks about that is that based off of what they saw, they're like, oh, this is your personality. And I was like, no, you see what I allow you to see. Like, if you see me in my element, in my atmosphere where I feel comfortable, it's a whole different being. And it's not even a matter of, oh, you're fake. No, I'm not fake. It's like, depending on,
Nah,
like, there's some episodes on here, like, I might be dialed back.
but yeah, it's even. I mean, I remember one of our friends that listens. What someone asked him at a former place we worked, like, how come I don't talk to him? It's like because he doesn't talk to people he doesn't like.
Well,
Which was kind of. I mean, it's true. It's like I'm not a small talk person, so there's certain people I'll feel a vibe, and I know that they're down, like they're someone I want to talk to, and there's other people I get a vibe that I don't think. It's not that I dislike you. I just don't think we're gonna. I don't have an interest.
well, I mean, that's cool in the gang. I mean, for me, I'm willing to talk to everyone to determine, like, to get a little feel, because I feel like for me at least, it takes a little bit more than just like, like, there have been people I've seen where it's like, I'm looking like, oh, that couldn't be friends with that person. Then when I talk to them, it's like, oh my God, like, we have a lot in common. But I'm also in that same pocket though, too, of like, we can be cool. We can be real cool. Like, well, it was a month ago that I recorded the episode, but I just put it out today. But I was talking with a friend about this shit, and I was like, look, the one thing that I can say when it comes to my communications with people is I talk to a lot of people. That doesn't mean I like a lot of people. It's like I'm friendly because I care. But it's like, but if you say, I'll use Manuel as an example. He listens. And he and I, so we recorded our episode of So You Like Horror on the 1940s. I don't know that it was a good episode in the sense of content, but it was the fucking funnest episode I've had on that podcast, maybe ever, because there was a flow. It felt like one of these episodes. It felt like a Colompton episode where we were just talking, we're having fun, we had a rapport. And it's like, but I don't get that with everybody that I fucking record with on Off the Mats or So You Like Horror. And it's like, and Sarah has said like, oh, you have a lot of friends. It's like, I don't have a lot of friends. I know a lot of people. Like, and that's not the disrespect, the people that I communicate with. I do enjoy talking with them, but it's like, look, just like Homer Simpson, just because I don't care, or just because I don't care doesn't mean I'm not listening. That's how I feel sometimes. It's like,
I mean, there's, I mean, it's funny too. Is like when just looking back at old friends, especially where we both used to work.
mm-hmm.
Like there were some people who are highly extroverted, and they're friends with tons of people, but they don't have they don't know everything about them. I feel like I have some very close friendships with few people, but I feel like we really, really, really know each other. Of like,
well, I mean,
the smallest of things.
We've known each other for 30 years.
Yeah,
dude.
I could tell your mood. Like you could tell me you're in a good mood. I could tell if you're in a bad mood. Like you same with me. And to me, that's how I enjoy my friendships though. Like I want to know everything what's going on. I don't want to have. I remember there was a period like I felt like I was getting overwhelmed by knowing too many people. So it was like I was starting to get stories mixed up, and I was like, "This is too much. Like I need."
So I can't say for myself that was a thing for me, but I think that's when I started compartmentalizing. Like I had like tiers, in my mind is like people that I give a damn about.
This is damn. What was it? What MySpace?
Yeah,
I'd be in the top 4, then I'd be in the top 8, then I'd just be out of the whole thing.
Like there's like tiers in my mind where I'm like, okay,
Dante changed his weekly.
Oh, because it's
man, you piss him off, you're out of the top 12.
Oh, hey, I think my wife wasn't number 1. she was barely top 3.
Man, I would make like an appearance and I'd be out.
Dude, my wife was barely top 3. So just keep that in mind.
Like, I was in top 8. Now I'm out. Damn,
what
did I do?
And this chick used to gargle my balls. So during that time, she was gargling my balls, and she still was in top 3. So keep that in mind.
Who's number 1?
Number 1 most of the time was Charles. He wasn't gargling my balls though, but like he was definitely there for the keg parties. And then I was like, all right. And then he disappeared. And I was like, fuck, I can't have him disappear.
Drop down.
Because now I need to, like, because he deleted the account. And I was like, fuck, I need to now make a legitimate, like, I need a new number one. But I was like, I don't want to put Sarah there. Because then she's going to go on, like, her high horse. Like, yeah, I'm number one. It's like, well, you're supposed to, you're sucking my dick. like, why wouldn't you be number one? It's fucked up. But that's just how I looked at things. But no, it's like, I will compartmentalize relationships. It's like, do I care enough about, like, because whenever I say, hey, how are you? That is a genuine question. Even when I say that to you and I fuck around and say it's rhetorical. No. But I say, how are you? I do want to know. And that's kind of how I determine then how far we're going to go with this. Because there are some people, like, I was like, hey, man, what's going on? How are you? And they're like, oh, everything is shit. Now, that person has said that 4 times in a row. Guess what I'm not going to do? Entertain that. Because it's like, I can't.
It's a Monday.
Oh my God. People with that bullshit. Oh, it's Monday.
One day closer to the weekend.
Living the dream. It's like,
oh, yeah. Dude.
It's like, yo, you're white as shit. I was like, don't ever say that again. But I am white. Don't do that. Like, you can just please stop. But no, there is a thing to it where, like, again, when Sarah's like, oh, you have a lot of friends. I was like, I don't have a lot of friends. When I think about friends, I think about people that, like, with you, we cannot talk to each other for a year and then pick right back up. Teresa, I don't know when was the last time I actually had a conversation with her. Like, I think she texted me like last week. It was like, hey, we're in Annapolis. You want to go to dinner? I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't go. But we could, like, go out to dinner, boom, pick up. Like, we missed nothing. Winter, we could pick up like we've missed nothing. These are relationships to me. These are people's, like, compartmentalized. It's like, okay, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk, and we can roll. And then the next tier to that, it's like, okay, then there are people that I check in on, or check in on me. My buddy Bean, Aaron, Manuel. It's like, that's the next tier where I'm like, these are my people. It's like, I can sit here and talk with y'all, have a good conversation, and I care what's going on. But we're going to have to warm it up, though. Like, I got to find, I got to be like, see where you are. And then the tier after that, that's where it starts to get real murky. Cause,
I was going to say, we start keep naming it. Tier 4, I got.
Oh, no. I can give you names for those tiers. I can
tier 6.
I can give examples of those tiers, but, if they listen, they ain't going to be happy about it. I mean, but, it's like.
Damn, I might be top 12 now. Yes.
Nah. You're top 15.
I gotta delete it all the time.
Top 15 at best, son. At best. Like, wait, what's today? Monday? You're top 20. You're number 17.
Can't be 13. 13 is a good number.
Nah, son. No, 17 today. Like, on Wednesday, you get 13. We'll move you up.
Friday.
13. Friday, you're usually top 8 by that point. Because it's like, all right, we're about to go out and drink.
Yo, someone was talking about having a certain sports team that we used to have at a certain place we used to work. And I explained to him the benefits and the disadvantages of, like, we had a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. There's a certain disadvantage of people that don't show up that it turned into. I was like, me and my friend ended up having to call, like, everyone we know, and that became our theme. Dude. I was like, it was some fun memories. I was like, we might have been 0-20 and had the loudest crowd.
Yeah. Oh, no, we definitely had the best team spirit. No one had more team spirit than us, son.
I was like, they're like 0-20. I was like, dude, it was so bad. And this was softball, and that's not going anything away. But it was so bad that we had someone get a hit, and we had a girl rounding second base, and everyone told her to run home, and she literally turned and ran home without touching third base. That's how bad we were as a team.
I remember specifically having to call 2 people who've never played sports before.
The last year we played, we had no one from the actual workplace
No.
anymore. But yeah, we had, and then those people we called also had never played softball ever. They didn't work where we worked, and they never played softball. That was our problem. Why you lose 20-0 when you have like 5 girls that are on the team and have never played sport.
They don't know how to play the field. So
The ball comes to them, they run out of the way.
So when you're playing outfield, it's like if like who was outfield? Me and Bobo were outfield. There was Ladybug. Like we were in outfield, but we had to have 4 outfielders, and we'd always have like that one random female in the outfield. It was like, all right, just gotta cover.
We tried to put them in right field.
Yeah.
Then they did in right field. That should be a home run, more than likely.
Yeah, it's like
But,
Jesus.
yeah, I mean,
Christ.
I don't know if you played the last year. We had nobody left.
I'm positive I didn't play the last
we had
year.
no one. The one person we did have ended up was like, I think they became pregnant. We had no one else. It was like, it was bad. Like I mean, even the guys were bad the last year. I had to get my brother to play. He never played softball.
Jeez. Yeah, I definitely wasn't on that team.
Yeah,
It was like I don't recall.
Man, one
it
day
being that
we
bad.
had no one that could pitch, and I tried pitching. It's actually very hard to pitch slow, underhand within their arc rules. They'd be like, "That's too high. That's too low." Then I got shook, and now I'm like, I can't even throw over the plate now.
I remember when we were practice, and we were trying to. We were just like, no one. It was tough.
Yeah, that was our biggest problem. Is the pitcher. Our best pitcher. I liked when Jesse pitched. He did like a under.
Okay, yeah.
He did a
like,
back
yeah,
spin.
the backhand, yeah. I mean,
And he could. I mean, he was athletic, so he could like.
Yeah.
We'd make a play. If we had to throw it home, he knew to run home.
like Mark wasn't terrible at it, but there are times where it was like we could definitely benefit from someone else. But a lot of times with him, it was like it was our only option. He was the only. It wasn't.
Oh yeah,
He was the best available option, basically. So we had to go with him, and it was like fine, because I wasn't going to do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I only did it one game, and I started off okay, and then once they started saying my arc wasn't high enough, I couldn't. It was like in my head, like now I'm not even getting over the plate. Like I'm just walking everybody, and like, god damn.
I mean, the good old days to be young.
Yeah. Oh, and then this dude was like, "Well, if I get a team together, are you playing?" Like, I'm 43 now. The joints don't feel like they used to.
I mean, my uncle. Well, what am I? My uncle's 60, or he'll be 60. He's still out there.
Yo,
balling.
he's wild. Because even when he played for our basketball team, he looked like his knees didn't even straighten up.
No,
he was
they
playing.
don't. His knees have never straightened up. He is bow-legged. He has always been that way all his life. That's how his knees have always looked. But he makes it work, yo. He adapted. Like I do not. I mean, it's one of those weird things where it's like I try to think of like things to do because I love doing jiu-jitsu so much, and I just put up a post today of a girl doing the knee bar, but there's a Joe Rogan voiceover talking about you could do jiu-jitsu and never want to ever get into a fight, never want to compete, but you have the tools there, blah blah blah, all that bullshit. And I think about that, I was like, well, that's not like why I do it. I do it because it is a good like stress reliever. But then I feel like there are times when I do jiu-jitsu, it pulls me mentally away from other sports because I just don't want to do the other sports because I want to commit more time to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I mean, that's one problem I always have. There's only so much time.
That too,
So it's
time.
like, there's so much things I want to do. And it's like, you can only do so much. And then if you want to be good at something, they always say you got to devote your time to that one thing.
So
when you have multiple interests, kind of hurts things.
Well, that's the thing with like for me with jiu-jitsu, it's like right now I could technically train 3 times a week, but it's just scheduling. It gets really tough at night. So I train Wednesday mornings. Now, part of what's on my board here, I'm in the process of potentially going to a new job. I'm going to phase 5 on Wednesday. It's called a field interview. Basically, I'm going out into the field to follow one of the other individuals. I don't even know what they call us. And this is basically to see if I really want this job. I'm going to watch and see what they do, see if I can mimic them, and okay, that looks like it's easy enough. It's an employment specialist, so I'm basically helping other motherfuckers get jobs. That's my job. It's a weird job. Like, so what do you do for a living? Well, I hope people work. So do you work? I wouldn't go so far as to say that I work, but I point people to work.
Yo, you're the job pimp.
But basically, it's a Monday through Friday spot. When I was doing the interview, the lady was like, so from what I understand, the schedule is 8 to 5, because that was a concern to Sarah. She was like, yeah, that's gonna fuck with my schedule now. I was like, do you want me to have a mental breakdown at the current job that I'm at? Because the schedule works for her, but the job doesn't work for me. And when I was talking to the lady in the interview, I was like, so it's 8 to 5. She was like, you can show up at 8 if you want to. Don't nobody show up at 8 o'clock. I was like, oh. So no, you make your own schedule. Like, if you got interviews that you got to do them whenever you want. Most people don't want to do interviews at 8 o'clock in the morning. I tell you that much right now. I was like, word. She was like, if you got an appointment midday, don't schedule interviews during that period. I was like, word? Like, because my first thought was like, oh, I can do jiu-jitsu on Monday and Wednesday now? Shit. That's going to be kind of a risk, because I don't want to fucking take that much time away from it, because it's remote. So we're not even in an office. They give you a laptop and they say, work from where you are. The only concern I have is really, like, I don't like jobs with, like, this is our busy season, or this is our slow season. All jobs have that, but it's like, I used to work at Sleepy's, the mattress joint. I was in the warehouse. I was an auditor there, and then I was I was a good auditor. Just telling motherfuckers you're wrong. Like, you fucked up. Actually, I never reported this one dude. So Sleepy's used to have a warehouse behind the Gateway basketball court. We played them once when they were on their lunch break. So, because I'm sitting there talking with one of the dudes, and as we're talking, I was like, yo, we played each other over at Gateway. I was like, yeah, it almost turned into a fight, because the one dude, I can't remember his fucking name. Was it Matthew? I was like, yeah, because he was talking shit, and like, he talked shit, but it was like kind of friendly shit. But it was, when it came to them, he was talking big shit, because I remember, like, we won the game, and he yelled, was like, get the fuck off my court, and like, it looked like it was about to get ugly. I was like, uh-oh. Like, we all cool, but y'all are on like tier 7. So tier 7 means I'm definitely not fighting for you. So if y'all get fucked up, just understand, I gotta go. But I remember one day being at work there, and this random dude, I don't know who the fuck he was. It was Memorial Day coming up, and he got excited. He was like, yes, it's mattress season. I'm so excited. And as soon as he said that, I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't want to fucking be here. Like, I don't want to ever be like, yes, it's mattress season. Because, mattress sales are always Memorial Day, President's Day, 4th of July, Juneteenth now. Because it's going to happen.
I was trying to understand what's about to happen with daylight savings time. I can't understand it. They're trying to make a permanent thing. Like, whatever one of the next ones is, maybe that's it. And then, basically, the summer, we're going to have, not a problem in the summer. But winter, I think the sun will set at 5:30, but it won't rise until 8:30 in the morning. If they keep it the time just flat all year.
So Arizona doesn't have a daylight saving times. And
I know Hawaii and Alaska don't, but Alaska's real fucked up.
Yeah, Alaska don't count. They're not. Alaska,
they have like the whole dark or something.
Yeah, it's like dark for like 30 days. They had a movie about it with vampires and shit. It was weird.
Yeah, they got vampires. I know one of the places we used to work, there was one guy who used to come in seasonal. It was just his buddy. And It was kind of fucked up because he'd be like a manager. Like, really? You're a manager for seasonal and you don't do anything particularly well? But regardless.
Okay.
This dude lived in Alaska, but from what I understood what he did, he would fish, and he loved fishing, which as you know, people who love fishing, they love fishing.
Yeah.
He would be able to get enough in Alaska to stock up for like all winter. That's his food. I think he had like a house that he bought super cheap. So he had like
It's Alaska.
yeah, some house and some land, and then he would work at a local pizza's place if he didn't come back to here, just for whatever the season it was that was open, just enough to pay for his season pass to just snowboard all season. That was his life. I mean, he was like a hippie.
Love it.
Oh God, then that in one of my movies, we I don't know if we even get to movies, but
Right,
Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke. I watched the other day. God damn, the first 30 minutes of Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke might be the funniest opening 30 minutes of a movie.
Let's see here. Hold on one sec. I'm looking up rent properties in Alaska. I need to know.
I mean, supposedly it's beautiful there in the summer and spring.
Not hateful. No, that's kind of hateful. That's that's hateful as fuck. 1 bedroom, $500,000. Eat a dick.
$500,000 for 1 bedroom? What the fuck? Everyone's going to Alaska now?
Oh, I'm into this. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 110,000. Shit, I got that upstairs. I won the lottery, son.
Yeah, man, we got dude playing poker with me just casually like, yo, I won $1 million in DraftKings.
Nah,
You're
son.
playing here?
This joint is 8 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 389,000.
Damn, that mug can run out just half the bedrooms.
I don't know about to make a move, son. Like,
but those winners,
yeah, they cannot be friendly, dude. Like,
I don't fuck with the cold anymore.
Fuck no.
I'm so glad it barely snows,
dude.
Lately here.
I've been wearing like a fucking. I've been wearing like hoodies all. Like I wear hoodies sometimes in the summer just because offices be having AC. Like I don't trust y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know there was always the jokes about when you're the elderly always be cranking up the heat. Yeah, I bring my heater into the shower because that shit's cold.
Yeah, I mean you see I got the space heater on down here. I'm not fucking around, yo. Motherfuckers like talking about like it's not cold. Like bitch, suck my dick. It's cold as fuck. What's this house? 2 million, 2.1 million for what? They don't even show me how many bedrooms.
That's the shit with Daniel Snyder's house.
But it's 20,000 square feet though, so never mind. I'm gonna chill.
What you gonna do with 20,000? Just every time I hear a house that big, I picture the first Batman movie when he's having dinner. He's the big table, and she's like this. She says something along the lines like, "This is where you eat." And he's like, "To be honest, I don't think I've ever been in this room."
Yeah, I mean, I feel him. So yeah, Alaska, don't recommend it.
Yeah. I always thought like if I had enough money to save up, because Maryland's considered it's considered one of the best places to live, especially Columbia, but it's expensive. So if you made your money, I feel like, and I've never actually been since I was a kid, is South Carolina, North Carolina. Because I want to go somewhere where it's warmer, but not necessarily like Florida, where it's like super hot the entire year.
So I have quite a few tenants who have been flocking to South Carolina. They've shown me their places and then what they paid for it. It's like, it's unbelievable. It's like crazy.
If you can make your money here, and then where Bea's job, she can transfer once she's certain positions anywhere. Like even if it was another country, like her place of employment's very good at letting you transfer. I was like, God man, so I'm gonna say we want to move to friggin' England one day. She'll have a job probably pretty lined up.
Like when
I don't think I'd choose England. It rains there too much.
When I worked through health insurance for Kaiser Permanente, they were opening up a spot in Atlanta, or I guess it was Atlanta because black people, and they're like, we are trying to send people from here to there, but you get to keep what you like your wage that you make here because the cost of living is much lower there.
Damn, that's tight.
And I presented it to Sarah. I was like, look, here's an ideal. Just hear me out. We can go down there and I could still be making bank. Buy a cheap home, cool out for a minute. And she was like, no. But she also, because she was a nanny, and the family that she worked with was this rich family from New York who was relocated down here for a little while. They wanted to bring her back up to New York. Well, bring us up to New York. They're like, look, we'll set you up in a spot. They had a spot overlooking Central Park, and they were going to put us right like a floor below them, fully paid for us, and still paying her regular salary. I was like, yeah, let's go. She was like, no, I don't want to do it. Because she was like, I don't want to. She's like, I want to start a family soon, and I don't want to raise a family in New York. Her relationship with her mom was starting to get better. There was all these other excuses, and I was like, and I respect it. That's fine. I was like, come on, dude.
God, I have mixed feelings. So yeah, I mean, there is some places nowadays that, like, say you're based here, but if you're in New York, they're gonna give you more money. But at the same time, the cost of living is so much higher there. So it's almost probably not even a difference.
So yeah, and
I would say my last trip, because I am someone that likes the city, but my last trip when I picked up my car driving through New York, I think that was enough to turn me off. Like, I can't do New York because I do like driving. If I lived in New York, I wouldn't want to drive.
yeah, you could. Well,
I'd just use public transport.
and that was my thing to her. I was
it's,
like, if we went to New York, we'd basically leave the car. We wouldn't have
It's
to
same
drive.
with, to me, if you live in DC and you work in DC. Now, if you live in DC and work in Maryland, I
Yeah.
understand you keep in your car. But if you live in DC and work in DC, I wouldn't own a car because
No.
it's too much of a pain in the ass.
You don't have to at
Yeah.
that point.
But it's more of a pain in the ass. Like, you can't find parking in DC. You got to pay for it. It's fucking street parking.
Well, we went to the hockey game. Sarah was like, are we going to drive in? I was like, what are you talking about? Why wouldn't we catch the Metro? The Metro dumps us right off at the arena. Like, she was like, no. And she was like, well, last time we were, because we went to the National Mall. She was like, last time we went up to the Metro, it cost me this much, the blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay.
Yeah, man.
And then, like, looking back on it, like, for the hockey game, it's like, okay. So our cards, what, $7 each card, so it's what, 21. Actually, she didn't have to pay for that because I fucked up and paid for my own. Because I was trying to do some shit digitally. Dropped the ball there. But then, our ticket there was $9 at the Greenbelt station. It was like, nah, I think we're fine. It's like, okay, we can drive up to the stadium. We can park in there for $40. Then we can wait an hour and a half to get out of the arena.
Yeah, that's the thing. Those stadiums, you don't leave early. It's everyone leaving at the same time.
Yeah.
Then you also have to deal with the DC freaking circles, the freaking.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of fucking goofy shit that no one needs to deal with, no one should have to deal with. So, I don't know. I mean, ultimately, I like the city. I'm a city kid. But the thing is with me in the city, I don't like the city until I'm in the city. You have to trick me into the city.
I think though, and I was very heavily wanting to live in the city. I think I want to live on the outskirts of the city, where I can get into the city and I want to go out, but not have to deal with the everyday traffic. Because I do like driving.
So there's almost a weird charm to the city for me. The grid. Like walking.
That's the big positive. Is I want to be able to walk.
So, like, when I go down to, like, the Ravens games or the Orioles games or Comic-Con, I park at the B&O Railroad station. It's street parking. And it's safe. The one time I ran into an issue, and it wasn't an issue there, but it was like, we went to Comic-Con, and we had media passes, because we narrate radio, we were there to interview and do shit like that. And so I'm there the whole weekend, every night for the weekend. But that meant staying there late. And Bobby was like, let's head back to the crib and we're gonna pod, we're gonna record. I was like, all right, that's cool. He was like, you wanna ride up with us and just crash? I was like, look, I'm gonna let you know right now, my car's parked at B&O. And B&O was okay up until about 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, I don't know what might happen to my car. Film was over. Go ahead, get your car, meet me at the house. Well, I I parked there, and I like that walk from the beginning of the railroad to that whole little generator around Pratt and everything. It's a good 10-minute walk. You get a good feel for the city.
I actually like parking at the place I work and walking to Fedil. That's a 30-minute walk, but
it's an easy walk though. It's not.
it's a good walk, and also if you're going out training, you get your time back. It's fun.
But
That's all I gotta say about it.
I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm a city kid, so I'm into that shit. What was I gonna say? Yeah, we do have to day drinking with the potential of this new job that opens up Saturday day. Like, I don't like the Sunday day drink just because I know that I'm going back to work in the morning. Saturday day
Saturday
drinking
would be great.
is like,
Saturday's the day.
yeah. Well, also, so if I get my weekends back, that now opens up recording a little bit more
That would be great.
through that window of Friday, Saturday, or
Episodes
Sunday.
could get a little more wild.
I mean, Saturday recording can be more fun because it's like, look, we know we don't have to be anywhere in the morning.
Yeah, I'm more likely to have a ride.
And then I'm going to get you some moonshine. It's going to be fucking perfect. It'll be great for me, not you.
That'll be great for you.
No, it'll be wonderful for me.
Oh, I got all types of goodies to bring.
And then I'll be like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're drunk again. You're like, no, I'm not. And then, like, you'll fall out the chair, which, Sarah. So, look, we're upgrading the studio. You see the tables.
So maybe.
You see the headphones. You got a mic stand. Sarah's talking about a new chair for you right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I get some arms?
I don't know about that. Relax.
A seatbelt?
What the fuck is wrong with you making requests, bitch? You'll get what you get. No, but Sarah's saying.
You know me. I've said this before. I like to be uncomfortable.
Like,
if I'm too comfortable, I might fall asleep.
I mean,
you give me a nice chair, but like,
I mean, that's why I do jiu-jitsu. I like being horribly uncomfortable. Like, meaning someone's balls is on my forehead. And I'm like, I hate this.
Like, my preferable way to go to Sin City. It's not even. I mean, it's a little bit of a money thing. I like the old shitty motels. I don't know why. There's a charm about it. There's maybe less to do in your room. So I love to play the drinking games, get a beer bong, and then just go out of the room. I don't want to I don't want to go to the beach to stay in my hotel.
Well, I think there's a thing to that though too, because it's like, at least in my mind, because I know when we went, my family, I didn't go with friends. We went down to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, and the place that we stayed, the upstairs was really fucking nice. But then my cousin and I were staying downstairs, was horrible. But we had a blast because we knew it. So the latest Off the Mats episode is kind of a cautionary tale. That's the title of it too. It's one of those episodes where, like, me and the guests were just talking about our shitty childhood and then just having nothing. But my cousin and I, when we went to Carolina, where we were staying looked like that. We're like, look, we've had worse and had better times, so let's go ahead and make the most of this shit. But it's like there's something to it where it's like, look, this is shitty, but let's have fun with it. Because when you're in a, like, really nice, like, thing, it's like there's a different type of fun to it.
It's a different vibe though.
Yeah.
And one is like, say,
it
for
builds
example,
character.
If you're playing beer pong with your friends,
Yeah.
If you're in a basement, you're more likely to have fun than if you're in a really nice living room. Then you're like, you can't spell anything. You're starting to.
Did we play beer pong at? You came to the party at Winners, like before they moved out down to 7 when they're out in Baltimore.
Yeah, we built the
Like, yeah.
What do you call it?
The beer pong table.
Not beer pong.
Oh, we played flip cup.
No, but we built the.
The
was it beer pong?
Yeah, we built the beer pong table.
Yeah. I was thinking it was what do you call it? Cornhole,
but we did play flip cup there, but there was a weirdness to it because it was actually a nice house. And it was one of those things where it's like,
yeah, I like to play my beer pong games in a place where you can, not that it's a mess, but you feel like you can cut loose a little bit, like you don't have to watch yourself.
And the thing is, I think she wanted to kind of let us know, like, look, we could let loose a little bit, but when you look around, it's like, this place looks too nice to let loose. Like, I don't want to let loose. Like, I want to be able to like play beer pong and flip cup in a place where I know maybe somebody might have died or there's a blood stain somewhere.
It is more fun.
Like, yeah, it's like, look, there's a
It's
story
just
to
like the
that.
hole in the wall bar. There's a charm about them.
It's gritty.
If
It's
it's
like,
too pretty and nice inside, it's not as fun.
well, if it's too pretty and nice, I feel unwelcomed. When we went to Detroit, we stayed in the Westin. Like, that's an expensive hotel. Sarah got it on the cheap, and it didn't feel right. Like, I'm sitting there in this nice ass hotel in Detroit, and I was like, first off, I'm in Detroit in a nice hotel. That's an oxymoron. But then there's a restaurant downstairs, and there was like a sign on there basically saying if you wanted to eat in that restaurant, you had to dress up. You couldn't wear jeans. You like, it had to be like fucking suit and tie and like fucking ball gowns and
I don't
bullshit.
really get how that is even fun.
Yeah, like to some stuck up cunts, it is.
Like, you're not going to be dressed up in your suit wanting to take shots. I mean, I probably wouldn't, but
Oh, try.
no, I would be. But that's not the place. You're going to be the only one doing it. We're going to be the only ones doing it.
Oh, no. We can get others to do it.
Oh, I agree. But I'm just saying.
You've seen Van Wilder, right? Like, exactly how it is. It's like they thought, we're going to sabotage him, put him in there with the fancy people.
You're off Saturday and Sunday in the future. What if they drinking and we can hook you up with a hotel room?
Potential.
And the family can be there. I don't know if they'll come out during the day.
My family doesn't want to be there.
They can meet you up later.
My family isn't looking like, no, they're not interested in it. My daughter would be excited because she's a kid and she's like, oh, that's different. My wife's like, no, this is not okay. Potentially. It's one of those things
Or
where
we
it's
get
like,
the side-by-side room where we open it up. Beer pong.
it's one of those things where it's like, it could happen. It'd be one of those things where I'd have to be like, look.
Colompton 100.
Like, so we do have to, this is 90. Oh, that's great. Like, I'm like looking directly at you and I see you go take a sip and just coffee all down your chest.
This is what happens when I'm
good.
out of beer. I'm kind of upset I'm out of beer.
Well, I got this fucking fresh box of wine. Like,
Because I saw the percentages of everything I brought. I was like, I better not bring my typical high lifes in between.
I'd planned just to drink wine, and I wasn't really thinking about what beers you're bringing. So the idea was like, look, I'm gonna sip on this, and I'm feeling a little toasty right now, which is why I edited. Well, I'm not even gonna edit this. I'm just gonna put this out. But like putting this out is gonna be a struggle because I have to remember and make sure that I actually put the episode, attach the episode to the link. Because I've been known to actually just say, I schedule our episode and there's no episode attached. And I'm like, oh, shit. But no, if I end up getting this job, which it sounds like I'm pretty much there. Yeah, I'm down to like have some day drinking episodes out there. Now, granted, also a big thing about having my Saturdays off is just have my fucking Saturdays off. So I don't got to fucking do shit. A big part of it, too, is like I get to train on Saturday mornings, which I fucking miss that, and go to competitions. I want to go be there with my team. Like my team, they went down to Dallas. Everybody came home with gold, except for Mark. He came out with silver.
It's okay.
It's not. It's not okay. Like he texted me, was like, "Dude, I lost in the finals," and I was like, "Why?" Which is, look, man, it's better than me. I didn't get out there. I didn't go to Texas and compete. I stayed home. But like I'm looking forward to it, potentially seeing what this is going to lead to. And also this is a job that I want to do. I feel like I'm helping. That's been my big thing with like looking for another job, is I want to do a job where I feel like I'm helping people. Like I'm giving back to the community. Like where I am right now, I'm just taking money from people. I get yelled at every day because you raised my rent. Bitch, I ain't raise your rent. I don't even want your money. I had somebody today call me. They got a fucking big ass increase. They're like, I don't know. The conversation, it was like, look, man, call back tomorrow. Like, I won't be here, so call back tomorrow. I was like, can you ask them to call me? I was like, maybe.
Like, blame Joe Biden.
Like, thanks, Biden. Thanks, Obama. But yeah, like, I'm excited. I think things are going to be A-okay. Before we get to our questions, So I don't know if you know my story. Lately, I've been fucking around with these these Instagram scammers. And it goes and flows. Like every time I get a little message. Hold on, I'm going to pull up my conversation here with the scammer. It was fun. I had a lot of fun with them. This was probably my funnest one because this motherfucker was really taking the bait. Like, he really thought I was about to give him my information. I was like, yo, are you fucking retarded? Like, no. Fuck no. Like, get out of here. Where's this fucking guy at? Oh, there you go, you punk bitch. So they sent me a message weeks ago. And it was a picture of links. Like, hey, have you been getting these links? So I let it sit for a while. It says, hey, have you been receiving this kind of link via text message? First off, English, piss poor. So I replied with no. Simply no. So they gave it a heart and said, it's a hack link. It was sent to all my followers by the hacker, but I'm reporting it now. So if you received it, just copy and paste it here. I've to submit it to Meta. And I replied, I won't be doing that. They go, why? And I didn't reply. So hours later, they go, why? So then I would say, so then because if you've reported it, you won't necessarily need mine. Plus, if any link is sent to me asking me to reset my password, I'm not sending that link to anyone else. So then they sent something and it disappeared. Post unavailable. That was on February 26th. So Saturday, so about a week later, I get, hey, with the hand wave. Please, can I ask you for a favor with a U? So I go, yes, with a question mark. They give it a heart. I'm working on getting my Instagram account verified, and they asked me to find 10 people to receive a help link for me to confirm my fan base. So I go, why me? You don't even follow me. I want to like pull rank, like, bitch, why don't you? I have 103,000 followers, and you're not one of them. Why are you asking me? I know why you're asking me, because you want my followers. So he goes, it's not me sending it, it's Instagram. So I reply, adorable. And then he goes with some bullshit. Oh, don't worry, you're not clicking on the link. And I goes, and what exactly is it that I'm doing when I send this to you? He said, I have to submit it for verification. I was like, well, I've tried to get verified and they've never asked me for that. And again, why are you sending it to me? He was like, well, Instagram asked me to send it. So then I sent him a picture of what he already said. He was like, well, you said that you were asked to ask 10 people, and now you're saying Instagram's randomly doing it. That doesn't add up, dude. And then he started sending some other bullshit. So I said to him, like, all right, well, hold on. Then I get to the nitty gritty of it. Because then we started just sending pictures back and forth to each other of the, like, you don't follow me. I do follow you. Like, no, you don't. I'm looking at it. You don't follow me. And I go, dude, I'm just fucking with you. I've danced this dance before with many other cats like you. Like, hell, it may have been you before. If you scroll all the way to the very top, you'll see that you messaged me last week and it went nowhere. I'm not sending any links anywhere. I was just bored. Now I'm tired and I have shit to do in the morning. Is there anything else I can help you with tonight? And there's no reply. And I messaged him back an hour later. I guess not. Have a nice chat. See ya. And he hasn't replied back since.
I like to message scammers some funny ass shit. I'll just like start trying to have a conversation like, what's your favorite movie? Because they're like trying to get you to answer, and you're like, hey man, what's your favorite movie? Like, sometimes they try to answer. Like, well, I like this movie. But what's your link to? Like, they just keep on like asking them questions.
Like, I always like to let them
ask them to pay you $20. That's always funny too.
I think I'm gonna do that next time. I'm gonna send
like,
them.
Here's my Venmo.
I'm gonna send them a GoFundMe.
Like, do you need my Venmo?
But it's like,
would you like to subscribe to my OnlyFans? I
always like to let them think that they're so close to getting me. Because the thing is too, I got text messages because they kept trying to go into my. They kept trying to reset. Do the thing to reset my password for me. And I was getting text messages saying, "Hey, go click this link to reset your password." And I was like, fuck you. I'm not doing that. You eat a fucking dick, bitch. I'm going to keep playing this game with them. I'm going to keep dancing.
It's fun.
It's fun. But yeah, moral of the story is fuck them. If they tried to do this on one of the other accounts, I wouldn't even care. But it's like I have 100,000 followers. I make money off this
Like,
account.
whenever I get a request to buy something, I try to sell them something back. Like, just to keep, every time they ask a question, I ask a question. Want to buy a t-shirt? Want a Colompton Beer Club shirt?
Yeah, actually, I should start fucking. I was like next time they message, like, hey, do you listen to my podcast? I'm about to send a message now. Oh,
If you listen to my podcast and screenshot and show me listen, we can talk.
so I just sent them a message. Hey, let's
She's
see
like,
where
what
it
are you
goes.
doing tonight?
Like, oh, well, I'm gonna see what he
She's
says
like,
back.
do you have Snapchat?
Like, you want to see my balls? My balls is hot. Dude, I'm super immature. All right, let's.
We got a beer to
yeah.
rate. We got questions.
Oh shit, we do have a beer.
We might have to do the movies next time.
My movie is trash. I watched Leprechaun. I'm like, I don't really want to talk about that.
We got some good questions, but yeah.
Let me go piss real quick. Let's rate this beer and then do our questions. That felt a lot better. All right, so
we got a beer to rate.
we got a beer. All right, I liked it. I can't
It's
remember.
called lot number 6, double Imperial IPA.
Double.
Basically, it's lot number 3 with performance enhancing malt and hops.
It's called steroids.
Located or loaded with tropical fruit and citrus notes, assertive bitterness, which I did taste. It was kind of bitter, and big hop flavor. But yeah, so lot number 3. I don't think we rated that, but we've definitely. I feel like we've probably had.
Hey yo, 7 seconds into the fight, and Jon Jones got kicked in the dick.
Oh, it doesn't look like he liked it.
Nah, here it goes. This is a direct shot too. That shit's not. That wasn't even like a graze. That was like a direct shot to the nuts.
Yo, John looks like he had a lot of fast food.
It's funny because like you look at his legs and it's like his legs used to always be skinny. They're still skinny, but it looks like he had a few Whoppers and Big Macs while he was out.
Damn, you can fight like that, like, eat good.
Well, that's the picture. Like
Don't
when Daniel Cormier was the double champ, they're like, "This is peak performance." It was him at the beach with a big ass belly. He was like, "Yeah."
I mean, 2 of the best NBA players, Luka and Jokic, they don't even look like they've ever worked out.
It's like you look at those guys like they don't play basketball. It's like, I don't know, maybe. All right, let's
Yeah, so this is our lightest beer of the day at 8.5.
Dumb. Like 8.5. You should have sent us out on our shields.
That's our lowest.
With a 20%er. Just kill us.
We'll get one. Believe us, man. There's some kind of like 30% beer.
Ugh, I can only
Yeah,
imagine.
what's the one we have in the fridge? That one's 20 something?
It's like 18 or something.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
We did a 32%er.
Yo, he just dragged that man to the ground like he was a little kid. That's fucking disrespectful. Oh, he's about to do something real slick in a second, and I love it. He reaches through and grabs the ankle for this takedown. That shit is slick. Like it's fucking it's underrated. It's like you reach through because it takes away your base and it forces you to move another way. It's like, get out of here, bitch. I'm in control. And then he just says, sit against this cage while I put my dick in your face. That's exactly what he did. All right, so this beer, 8.5. I mean, I didn't hate this beer. It was tasty enough. I don't know that I would buy it though, but I wouldn't not buy
it's
it.
bitter, but 8.5 is pretty high.
I'm gonna give it an even 7.1.
An even 7.1.
All right, I think the alcohol is catching up to me.
I'll give it even 7.1. Yeah, this one's tricky. The 8.5 has got to be factored in.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna give it a 7.
and that's why I got the 7.
Taste wise, it wouldn't be up there, but then for
Yeah.
8.5, it's not bad.
I didn't think it tastes terrible, but
No.
it's not something that I
not
feel
tasty.
like, yeah. It's like if I went out and bought this, it's for percentage alone.
Oh yeah.
And it is a safe percentage because an 8.5 is one of those ones where it's like it's safe enough where I know I could drink 2, possibly 3, and not be in danger, but it's not going to taste horrible either. That's what I was trying to explain to the guy at work. I was like, look, an 8.5 is a safe one because you drink maybe 2 of them, you'll be straight. He was talking about his roommate drank like a 6-pack of Smirnoff Ices. And it was like, yeah, he drank like 3 of them in like 30 minutes. And he hasn't drank in 8 years. I was like, sounds like he's making up for lost time. What the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? All right, so let's go ahead and jump to these questions.
So I say with these questions, some of them will require thought, but since we've drank an 8.5% minimum beer, let's just go. First thing that comes to mind. So this might not be our true answers.
No,
it's
from the heart. It's from the heart.
We're supposed to. Let me get a
hold
little.
on. Yeah, I was gonna say, hold on. Let me get a refill on my own as well, son. Let's get in.
So these might not be 100% accurate because we don't have time. I could tell some of these would require more thought. So it might be like the first things that pop into your head.
All right, make sure the recording's accurate right now.
So these questions will have asterisks next to it.
Yours will. Mine is legit. All right, let's get in.
I mean, I already know the first one's gonna be tough to do.
Let's go.
I say this one, we just take turns, top of the head.
All right, let's go.
And I don't think it's going to be my true top 3.
No, it's going to be mine.
What are your 3 favorite songs?
My 3 favorite songs? Ooh, I love it. 3 favorite songs.
So we'll go back and forth.
So,
not in any order, but 3 top.
I love listening to Groove Theory, Tell Me.
All right.
The deep cut.
Fast.
Actually,
Enter Sandman.
Ooh, that's a solid one. That's solid. All right, so I took an R&B one right there. I'm gonna go rock. Let's go rock. Let me go with. Ooh, this sounds really fucked up to say, but Nirvana, Rape Me.
Dang, it's not a fair song, but I'm gonna go fast. I was just say jump around because I was paying.
Okay. All right.
I agree.
So what? I went R&B. I went rock. Let me go hip hop right now. I'm gonna go Kanye. All Falls Down.
What's popping in my head? I don't know why. I don't even know what the song goes. I can't name that one.
It's not a favorite, then you don't know the name. I mean,
over and over, Delinquent Habits. Right. It's not a top 3, but that's what popped in my head.
It's solid.
That's
solid. I mean, that's weird, but
it's
not weird. Well, it's weird because it's like it's
not a top 3.
It's like it's what pops in your head. It's like when you ask me my favorites, I can tell you songs that I listen to on a regular basis all the time. So I listen to All Fall Down, like probably I want to say at least 4 times a week, if not like 5 times a day. That doesn't make sense.
The Hokey Pokey.
I mean, I listen to that at least once a month. All right, let's go.
What are some of your most special moments in life?
Easy. Like I'm a parent. My daughter being born. That's extremely special to me.
Colompton getting that second place trophy.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. I mean, you put together a team, and considering where we came from, that's huge. So for me, the first one was becoming a parent. Honestly, starting all this podcast stuff. It's fun.
There we go. We're about to be on 100. Mm-hmm. That's consistency, if anything.
I mean, Off the Mats did it first, but I'm actually about to hit 150 on that. So what's up now, son?
All right, we're gonna go through this. What is one piece of advice you wish to give everyone?
I actually had this conversation today. In the comments with somebody. Don't worry about what the fuck anybody else thinks.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine.
Fucking do you, baby.
Don't fake the funk, but basically,
it's the same thing.
Yeah, same.
Do you be who you
yourself?
Like the question that I ran into today, it was like, do you worry about what other people think of you? And my immediate response was, fuck them. And then I elaborated on it because I told him, I was like, look, here's my whole thing. You ain't paying my bills. So you can fuck all the way off.
You're going to be much happier being yourself in the long run. Don't worry about what YouTube says you need to wear. Don't worry about what YouTube says you need to act. If if you're trying to date, don't worry about what they're saying you need to do, where you need to go. Because none of that shit's going to work if you're pretending to be someone else.
Hey, we gonna quote Trick Daddy here. Hey, yo, if you don't like how I'm living, bitch, fuck you.
As a kid, what did? Oh, this is funny for me because I legit remember this. As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a teacher. Well, actually, I had a couple things. I wanted to be a teacher and I wanted to be a coach.
I
Same
remember being asked this question in my answer. I said I wanted to be a Duke of Hazard.
I
don't
know.
what that meant.
I
I don't know what their
told me
job was. They ran from the police a lot. Did they ever actually have jobs?
that. No, no.
They helped like solve crimes, I guess, once in a while.
They weren't really supposed to.
But they,
They were just doing
did
that.
they just work on the farm or something?
Yeah, they're Duke boys.
They had a tight car. All right. But that is what I remember as a kid. I would say, though, as a kid, I was wanting to be a race car driver, maybe. So maybe that's what it is. What is your go-to karaoke song? Oh, fuck.
That's tricky for me because I love me some karaoke.
See, we should have a karaoke night. That would be funny. As you know, that's the pastime of my girlfriend. Their country.
Sorry.
Anyone Filipino loves karaoke, for sure.
Asians love karaoke.
I mean, Filipino in particular. I've barely done karaoke in my lifetime. The only song that I know that's usually on the list that I know the words is Creep, which is also probably the easiest one.
Very easy. Extremely easy.
Yeah. I remember being shocked. We signed up for it, but we never did it. Is that karaoke had Black Jesus?
Yeah.
That's a little tricky one to do.
I don't know
especially
that,
if you're drinking.
I don't know that it ever came to us, though.
Yeah, I don't know, but they had it, and that's a tricky song to do, especially if you're drinking, because the chorus changes.
Yeah.
It's not even like a consistent how it changes. Sometimes it says this one first, sometimes it says the other.
What was it? For me, karaoke, the go-to is usually Maroon 5. Sunday Morning is a very easy song to do. And the music video for Sunday Morning is basically them doing karaoke with some Asians.
So I'll do Creep. Jump Around, I think, would be easy. There was another song that came to mind. Dang, what was it? I don't remember. Mama Said Knock You Out, I could do.
Yeah.
Tricky.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing, though, too. It's like when you're doing karaoke. I mean, I've only done karaoke a handful of times. It's usually Hall & Oates.
Bohemian Rhapsody would be.
Oh, that's a go-to for everybody. Yeah. Like, everyone has to do that. You have to do Bohemian Rhapsody.
And then you're going to have crowd participation.
Of course.
That's a crowd one.
I mean, yeah, that's always one you go to for the crowd. Hall & Oates for me, I can't go for that because that fucking bass line. God damn that song. Yo, it makes me happy. I'm putting that on now. Fuck Trick Daddy. What the fuck's Trick Daddy doing on my fucking phone anyway? Other than fucking getting a salad toss because he said it. He said, I like to get ate out. It's fucking
God
weird.
Damn it. You just ruined them for me.
He said it, not me. Like, I don't be making that shit up. I just be going along with it.
What strange food pairings do you love that no one else understands?
That's not for me because, hold on. Robert Palmer, I didn't mean to turn you on. Yo, that shit, that might be a karaoke go-to. That's not a big karaoke song, but yo, that song is tight as shit. Like, everybody always goes with Addicted to Love and Simply Irresistible because those are the big hits. But I didn't mean to turn you on. That shit has power when you singing that shit and there's a chick. You let her know. It's like, you're like, look, when I took you out, I knew what you were all about. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to turn you on. Then you give it like the pump, the hip thrust.
When we record on Saturday, we're about to have karaoke on here.
We're about to be fucking trash and just having a blast. I don't do weird food pairings because part of it is I'm just not into fucking pairing food.
Come to mind? I mean, I like my hot dogs with just slices of bread because I don't fucking believe in buying hot dog rolls.
I mean, I had chili dogs tonight, and guess what? Let me tell you what I ate them on. Hot dog rolls.
Yeah, but
You know why? Because I'm not a fucking barbarian.
they're just a carrier.
No. I care about my fucking food.
I like the salt and sweet combination lately.
I like some chips with my ice cream every so often. That's sweet and that's
I haven't
salty.
tried that, but I've heard like
Dude,
the Wendy's
it's
fries with Frosty is really good. I've never tried it, but I will say like so. Bea likes this dark chocolate with salt, and I never tried it till with her, and that shit is banging. But that's not a weird combination. I feel like it's a weird combination. I mean, I like chips on all my burgers. That's not weird though. All right. We don't have the greatest of answer for that one. What is the funniest thing that you've ever happened on a family vacation?
Well, we don't go on many family vacations, so that fails. I don't know. My grandma beat us at Risk. That shit was embarrassing. My grandma took me out, and she didn't hesitate. She saw that I was in South America, and she saw what I was trying to fucking build.
Yeah, family vacation.
And she snuffed me.
I don't know, too many embarrassing. I two things stand out. One was I rollerbladed off a mountain because I wasn't the best of rollerbladers and went down this steep hill camping. And it was either go off the mountain or slide in the rocks. So I chose to slide in the rocks. Second one was this terrible looking. Oh, that's kind of mean.
No,
Someone expressed interest, and it was when I was like 13. Was extremely uninterested, and then my parents trying to force me to go. Like, oh, there's a dance at the whatever thing, you should go. Like, nah, it was a bewildered beast.
Oh, whoops! I changed my song.
If you were stranded on an island, what 3 items would you want to have with you?
That's a tough one because, I mean,
3 items, and we're typically into our fast 3.
So 3 items. I want to be able to have the ability to make fire starters, for sure. A tarp for shelter, and just I watch a lot of Survivor. That starts up this week, so a fishing kit.
There you go. Yeah, you went the right way.
I'm trying to survive, son.
3 items would you want? I mean, a refrigerator full of food? Can you get like a cell phone with internet? Because that would be my number one. If I can have a cell phone with internet.
Maybe, but your battery life runs out though, dickhead.
I have a fire, a grill.
You only get 3 items.
3 items.
So you want a cell phone and a fire.
Cell phone. Yeah. Grill.
I didn't mean to turn you on.
Unlimited supply of charcoal. Can I be like
Nope.
unlimited supply of food?
Nope.
All right, 3 things. All right. So yeah, if I'm stranded on an island, fire starter, because wood you're gonna find.
Yeah, you gotta have a fire starter.
Fire starter.
So whether it be flint or matches, but you run out of matches. Flint, I think you can rock that shit for a while.
So do I want to hunt with a spear? Because you can catch fish with a spear.
Yeah, that's why I said hard. A fishing kit. Spears, basically. But, I mean, look, I watch...
But I'm thinking if I can just make my own spear, do I need that as my item?
Well, so the thing is, you need something to project it. So you can have a spear, but you're not just going to catch a fish with a spear. You can, but it's a lot harder. But if you have like the slingshots that you use, there's like a rubber tubing. You attach it to your wrist. That's going to project the spear to catch the fish. So you're going to have a better shot with that.
So I'm going to say a knife.
I was only trying to be nice. Only trying to be nice. I didn't mean to turn you on.
Yeah, I guess some kind of... I feel like I'll build my own shelter. I'll find a cardboard box on the island.
Guilty because I want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my cell phone. I'm gonna watch movies. I'm gonna be bored as fuck.
Dude, your battery's
I'll
gonna
be
run
texting
out.
you like, dude, hey man, I'm on this island. What are you doing?
So you're gonna have a cell phone, but do you know that you have reception? Probably
that
not.
shit's solar panel.
Okay, reception though. Solar has nothing to do with reception.
Elon has put satellites everywhere.
Dude.
He's trying to do that free internet. Eventually.
I can't even get reception inside of a fucking building at work.
Well,
Like you're not gonna get reception on a
Alright.
fucking stranded
Alright,
island.
That's my thing. I have reception.
So you're just gonna have no reception isn't something you can bring to the island. You're gonna bring a dumb cell phone.
reception.
You're gonna bring a phone to take stupid pictures. So then when you don't get
I'm
found, they're
not
gonna
taking
find your
pictures.
phone. Well, that's the only thing you're gonna be able to do because you can't call nobody. You don't have reception.
This was some naughty pictures to myself.
You like send dick pics to yourself. Like it's fucking weird, but okay, I guess. Fucking creep.
All right. Oh, then now we're in this or that.
Oh.
For the last three.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, this one's actually tougher than I would originally thought. Macaroni salad or potato salad?
Potato salad, easy.
I think most times.
Well, who's making it?
Yeah. Because I feel like in general, potato salad's better. But the best macaroni salad might be better. I've had some really good macaroni salad, but I've had some really bad ones. And then potato salad's more inconsistent, though. I don't think I've had a bad potato salad.
I've never had a bad macaroni salad, but I've never had a good one either. So I'm going to always go potato salad because that Amish style, that shit is fucking great.
Yeah, I think in general, though, I'd go potato. But I had a really good macaroni salad lately.
All right, you had it once. Doesn't mean it's
Salt
better
and
than...
vinegar or sour cream and onions.
really neither, but I'll go sour cream, I guess.
See, that's a mood thing. But if I had to pick one, I guess sour cream and onion. Because, salt and vinegar be messing up your mouth a little bit.
Yeah, that too.
City living or country living?
I'm going to take city.
Yeah, I'm going to go city.
I mean, I don't mind the country, but I can't have that consistently. Honestly, if you're up to me, where we are, it's great because
suburban wasn't.
Because we can go to either or. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I want to live in the middle of nowhere though.
Sometimes I do, but it's only because I hate everyone. And then when I'm out there too long, I'm like, man, I miss people. Honestly, I don't even think it's a matter of missing people as much as it's a matter of, like, I hate everyone, but I want to still be able to communicate. I just don't want you to have access to me.
Sometimes I've been into country areas. I don't think I vibe well with those people.
Oh, no, I for sure don't. Who's this chick? She...
There's some tasty wine. Derek Carr is now on the Saints.
Yeah, I saw that.
I wonder what Manuel will have to tell us what he thinks of that.
Well, Manuel, I'm sorry you guys don't have a quarterback, but you kind of don't really have a team either.
Yeah, they're probably happy to get rid of him, but then it's like,
what are your
now what are you
options
gonna
now?
do?
They better trade up.
They better get Aaron Rodgers or trade up.
Man, do something. Hey,
I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna stay.
Yeah, because honestly, was he really was he ever gonna really go?
Jordan Love played. He didn't look too good. I don't think Green Bay wants to go with Jordan Love.
No, they know they don't. Real quick, because I just opened up my Instagram, and there's one dude that I follow. He actually sent me a voice note, and I appreciate it. He checked on me, because for BJJ Wiki I do a lot of mental health awareness and suicide prevention posts, and Tom DeBlas, he's a black belt up in New Jersey, pretty well known for the most part, good or bad, depends on what you look at. He sent me a voice note. It was like, hey man, I see your posts up, your memes are, really good, technique videos, I love them. But I have noticed you post a lot of posts about suicide. And I just want to check in and, ask, are you okay? And I sent him a message back. I was like, hey coach, thanks for checking in on me. Everything's fine. I just, I want to put the awareness out there because a lot of people don't feel like they can speak up. I mean, I don't know who I can reach with my following, but I know if I can reach at least like one person, that means something. That's one person saved. But thank you for reaching out. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to do my part. So that being said, I opened up and his page comes up immediately. And this is something that's been going on a little bit lately with women at the gym, wearing scantily clad outfits
trying
to the gym.
Talk shit about the dudes looking at them or something.
And calling guys creeps. You hear about the blind dude who was at the gym working out and the chick tried to go off on him? She was like, I come to the gym to work out, not to be stared at. And she had her phone on him. And he was like, I'm blind. Like, I can't see you.
Yeah, I saw. I mean, there's the one guy who tries to call them out on, like, defends the guys. And it is true. It's like, and again, if the world's going to get crazy if that continues. Of like, how do you ever ask out a girl? Like, guys are already terrified of, like, offending women because they want us to be the aggressor. Not aggressive, but
be
make
forward.
the move.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, if they don't like you, then it's considered creepy. But if they like you, then it's not creepy. So it's like, if you're good looking, you're okay. But if you're...
Of course. If you're a billionaire, it's okay.
If you have money, you're really okay. But yeah, the gym. And the fact that they're setting up the camera, they're obviously doing it. They're trying to do that. Like, why are you filming yourself working out?
So, I always feel like with shit like that, period, it's like, especially these days, we're in a weird time in the world where people, social media and all that shit, it's running everything.
Does that person that films himself working out, would they film themselves? I mean, would they work out if they couldn't film themselves?
That's a good question. I mean, like, when I'm at jiu-jitsu, I record myself training. Like, just drilling the move. I'm not gonna record a live roll. I don't want people seeing me get my ass whipped. Like, I'm getting the shit kicked out of me. I don't want people seeing me just sitting there fighting for my life. Fuck no. But, it's like when you're recording yourself working out. Now, for me, again, I record myself drilling so that way I can go back and take notes on the move. And it's fucking helpful. But if you're working out, like lifting weights, and you're recording yourself lifting weights, like, what is that for? Are you doing it for the same thing? Like, kind of critiquing your movements, seeing how you can improve that?
Yeah, doing it for the followers.
So I think for women, I think we know.
Yeah, and to be fair too, I find it strange at the gym when women are wearing next to nothing.
Mm-hmm. That
like,
too.
Are you that hot? You have not, and I don't mean hot as in
yeah,
good looking.
Like warm.
You're so temperature hot that you need to like wear just a bra and panties to work out in front of like full people, because like whatever happened to sweatpants and a baggy shirt when you're working out?
Honestly, so that's the thing too. For me, and maybe I'm old school, or maybe it's just my body type. Like, in my mind, I want to be bundled up in as much stuff as I can be in when I'm working out, because I'm trying to burn. That's my mindset. Like, I'm trying to burn those calories.
And then those same people, though, like, if it was a good-looking guy looking at them, they'd be fine with it.
Mm-hmm. Of course. But if it's a wiry, weird-looking guy in a like baggy t-shirt,
and again, too, and if you're at the gym, you might not even necessarily be trying to check out someone, but to me, if someone's walking by next wearing nothing, whether you're good looking or not, it's probably gonna catch my eye because I'm like, what the hell?
Why are you wearing that? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yo, we're at the gym.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that video. Like, seeing that video was just,
oh my god,
kinda...
can you stop looking at me? Like, I wasn't looking at you like that. I was like, what the? Why are you wearing that?
So, and that's the thing. So there's a weird line because it's like, oh my god, can you stop looking at me? My knee-jerk reaction response is, can you put on more clothes?
Also,
now,
if you're filming yourself too on the internet, you want people to look at you.
Now the thing is like, if I say you need to put on more clothes, now I'm a dick, because the whole thing is like, and I understand with the whole ideal of rape culture, it's like you don't want to tell a girl, well, like, don't wear these clothes and that won't happen. For sure, that's not the narrative you want to paint. But the thing is, if you're wearing certain clothes though, especially to the gym, and the expectation is no one is to look at you, you're causing a problem. Now, there are tons of people who have, they can not look at you, but it's not like an automatic thing. It's like, okay, I'm purposely not looking at you. Whereas you have chicks that are like, oh, well, I'm going to wear this. You better not look. No,
Meanwhile, I see them filming themselves in the mirror, sticking out the certain things in position.
Of course. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, look, like you said, it's like you're putting this on the internet for people to see you anyway. Well, it's like we were talking about it off air. Like, there's someone we know that they take 1 billion selfies, and it's like it's weird because it's like, why are you doing that? Anyone who takes selfies, it stresses me out. And I mean, again, I'm not a selfie person. If I can avoid it, I avoid cameras at all costs. I took some pictures earlier today to like post on my stories. I'm not in. I took a picture of the shirt and said we're recording tonight. I took a picture of this Harley Quinn behind me and tagged Winter in it because she got that for me years ago. And I was like, I still have this on display.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
But I'm not in this shit.
We're just posting myself, my face smiling. Like, I would feel so stupid.
So I have like older pictures of me taking a selfie. I think I have like 1 or 2 selfies, but it's weird because it's like, ugh. Like, I don't want to be seen like that. I don't want to be, I don't know. A selfie is just a weird thing. It's like, hey, look at me. It's like any profile picture I have, it's like someone got a picture of me. Like, I think my current picture might be Sophie and I at my goddaughter's wedding dancing. That's on Facebook. My Instagram, I don't even know what my fucking Instagram pictures are. Like, they're usually logos of whatever the fucking page is, but my personal one, it might be the same thing as my Facebook. And it's like, but there's a charm to like, okay, you got caught in a candid shot. If you're just there taking, like, whenever I get a friend request, I check out, see who it is, male or female. And if I see nothing but selfies, male or female, I don't follow them back. Now, if it is a female and I see a lot of workout videos and, some twerking, I'm going to follow. I'm for sure going to follow, late nights. But if it's tons of selfies, no. Because I can already tell you're a fucking nightmare. You're a nightmare of a human. But I might want to have you on the podcast. Just because sometimes I like having train wrecks. I like having train wrecks on the podcast because, like, episode, what did I just put up? 148 today? Off the Mask 148. It's a train wreck of an episode. It's not fun. It's like a friend we're just talking about, like, she had a gun pulled on her. Like, shit like that. I was like, wow, this is going dark. All right, let's jump right in. Shit like that. But that's me, though. I like fucked up people. That's why we're friends.
That's real.
Nah, it's from the heart. But nah, it's just like anyone that's like, I'm going to take tons of selfies because I'm beautiful. And it's like, it's a guarantee if someone's taking a bunch of selfies, male or female, they watch the Kardashians. Promise you. I've never been wrong on that, Lex, looking at you. She'll never hear this. I hope she does. I'm a tag Winter in this. Like, Winter, send it to her. Actually, I do get sad whenever the memories come up in my Facebook for their wedding. I get really sad about that. I knew it wasn't gonna, like, just because I knew the relationship like that, and just kind of the chaos that was there. But their wedding was a very happy moment. It was fucking beautiful and it was fun. It was probably, it might have been the funnest wedding I've been at, for sure. Bean's wedding was pretty fun because Lale was there. Like, and I didn't realize Lale was there. It was like, oh my god! Like, we got the Orm Brown fucking team up in this bitch.
I haven't seen him in a while.
He lives around the corner.
Oh, nice.
He's near.
Yeah, he should come out for a Colompton episode.
I've actually, I texted him. This was like over the summer. I texted him, was like, yo, you trying to come on Off the Mats? Like, let's do an episode.
Last I saw him, I think it was probably at the old local bar, and we had a fun time.
He travels around a lot because he has like a fucking camper in the truck, and he just fucking Yo,
I saw he
love
posted his him messing with a caller.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was gold.
Yeah, he
He did it great.
no, he's been that's been him all his life though. I remember like listening to him like answer like telemarketers and just going in on them. And then when we do the first exposure to fucking chat rooms, me, him, and Cedric, like it was more him just going in because he was talking to like a trans person. It was like, oh, what was it? Like there was like 3 people in him. I was like, my name's Pat. It used to be Patrick, but we cut off the Rick. And then one guy goes, Patrick, huh? And it was, well, what if the Rick was the best part? You know, this dude, like, yo, he was like fucking what? He had to be like 15. It was like, yo, like the timing on that was perfect for a 15-year-old. Like, oh, you know, I'm Pat now. It used to be Patrick. He was like, what if the Rick was the best part? I don't know why, but that shit is still hilarious to me because it's like, wow, timing. But no, he's nearby. I don't know if he's ever available though, because it's like, I think he's still a firefighter. And their schedules are wild. So I don't know. I'd love to have him on. I mean, we got to figure out 100. We got to schedule. We got to like do something for 100 because we're 5 episodes away. And I'm gonna let you know right now. For Off the Mats, episode 100, I had that shit planned like at episode 70. So I'm just letting you know, no pressure. Like, we got 5. We need to figure something out. We got to make it fun. We got to make it worth it.
Because we can't record that on a Sunday.
Because it might be a final episode. Well, hopefully by then, that's what, in 5 weeks? Hopefully by then I'm at the new job and I'm off on a Saturday. Even if I'm not, well, no, even if I'm not off on a Saturday, we can still record Saturday nights, dude. Like that's not, no matter what job I have, like we can record Saturday nights because I'm home by 5:30, well 6 o'clock. So either way, yeah, we gotta sort it out. I'm thinking about getting this portable recorder for us to hook the microphones up to. It's just, I got to see what Instagram's going to pay me next month because right now I'm coming up a little short. I have a week. I think I'm at 180. Not where I'm used to being. I'm used to by this point being at about 270. So I'm about halfway and half of what I'm used to. But and then I got lottery winnings. So, you know, I'm balling, son. Balling. So, but yeah, let's figure out 100 soon.
All right.
Like, I think we're done. We're just rambling now.
Yeah.
I'm drunk as fuck.
Well, I keep looking at these freaking food. I'm like, macaroni salad, potato salad. Can I say yes to both right now?
I mean, oh, did we have
salt
more?
and vinegar, sour cream and onion?
Do we have more like this or that?
No, that was it.
Oh, okay.
City living. We ended with city living or country living. Both chose city.
Yeah.
There was no suburban choice though.
The suburban's probably the move.
Yeah, you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, city is like
or
fine.
like live just outside the city.
City's fine if you like rats. Country's fine if you like fucking bears.
If you like Trumps.
That's a fact. Like, these motherfuckers around the corner got all these Trump flags and like they definitely look like they go camping. Like, we're gonna live like the poors. Like, we're gonna spend $100 this weekend to live like the poors. Fuck y'all. All right.
I love camping, but I like it. And
no, you love glamping. Don't
no,
even front,
now,
son.
But I know I used to legit camping. Yeah,
Like I love camping.
Now you can go if you rent a cabin. It's like all the good things of camping, but then also like you don't got to pack shit. You're just there. Just unload your beer and your food.
That's I like camping like with tents because there's like an extra layer to it. Although I saw on Amazon this one fucking tent is like a fucking house. You have a living room and then two bedrooms and a living room. It's like, why are you going out? Why are you camping at this point? Like, get the fuck out of my face, yo. Like, I like having a camp, at least like a 4-person tent for 2. I don't want 4 people in a fucking 4-person tent. Fuck y'all. But I like, being able to like set your tent up, make a campfire, go out fucking hike, get lost, get frostbite.
I like the hiking. And I do like tents, but I don't like the setting up part.
Oh,
once I get there, I'm heading to the beer.
Well, yeah, drink a beer and set up your tent, bitch.
No, because I know my group, I'll be doing all that work by myself.
I mean,
Well, if you go, I guess
no, you
I'll
no,
help.
yeah, you like. There's got to be you got to establish order. It's like, look, like on the way up, you're like, all right, so what do we like? What's the plan? All right,
Maybe it's because that's all I did. Our family vacation was only tent camping. That's all I ever did. I never did it. We never did anything else besides tent camping as our. We did a week vacation my whole childhood.
oh wait, y'all did like
Lake Racetown.
tent camping for a week.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
that's
only
rough.
tent camping.
That is rough.
Yeah, when they had the pop up was when I was no longer like I was high school, maybe like 17, 18. So I didn't come anymore.
So for tent camping, my limit is 3. Like, and when I say 3, Friday we set up, Saturday we chill, Sunday we bounce.
Keep in mind too, we had the whole someone drank a little too much and we had to pack up because we were gonna go home the next day. But then the next morning, that person didn't remember what they said, and we had to unpack. So a lot of my family vacations was packing up everything, then unpacking everything.
Jesus fucking Christ! You can't take certain people whose names start with a K anywhere.
It was so many times that we packed up because we're leaving the next morning. That's it. We're leaving the next morning. Then next morning, that person just reading the newspaper like, what? Why'd y'all pack up?
So I could just see him sitting there like what are y'all doing?
Like, y'all want pancakes?
Yeah, he's like scrambling eggs. He didn't kill the chicken.
I thought we were leaving.
Like,
What do you mean?
You're like, where the fuck did you find a chicken? Like, what are we doing? I'm chilling. What are you doing? We're going home. Like, I want to play Sega.
Why is everything in the van? You made us.
Dude.
But now everything's good now.
Now I think I want to go camping.
I like the Yogi Bear place where it's not completely far, but it's far enough where it's a little bit out there. But the cabins again, they're not like nice. I mean, it does have air conditioning. That's one good feature when it's summertime. But it's more so that it's just convenient if you're only doing a weekend.
So,
Because you could just show up if you're like a pillow
camping,
and food. That's it. You're gonna cook on the fire. They have those those square grills.
Yeah.
You just put the charcoal.
like, camping is a weird thing for me because when it comes to, like, I don't want to do it in the winter. It's terrible. I don't want to do it in the middle of the summer.
The
'cause
worst
it's
is
terrible.
when it rains and you're in a tent. That shit's the worst.
It's like, I feel like fall is like the ideal time.
Spring and fall is good.
The reason I don't do spring is because it rains.
Yeah, no, the rain, especially
But-
if it's tent camp. But yeah, I mean the rain
But in the
camping
fall-
period is terrible because what the fuck
You
are
can't
gonna
stay
do?
dry. You
Yeah,
can't be
well-
dry at all. Yeah, like even in your tent, there's still like vapors. The
But then
water
it's all
vapors.
humid and shit.
Yeah, this shit is nasty. Fuck camping. This shit is dumb. Hey, so I just messaged the hacker about 30 minutes ago and said, I was like, hey. They replied, what's up?
He's just like, what are you doing? What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm about to, hold on. I'm about to send him a voice note. Hold on. Let me clear my voice. Hey, so I was messaging. I was trying to see if, like I looked at the link. I have the link here. Like, what do you want me to do with it? I don't know why I'm doing this. Why am I this way, dude? I know that he knows that I know. But I'm still gonna fuck with this guy. Fuck this guy. Let me block him. Like, it was just gonna get ugly. He's gonna end up hacking my account. Like,
I always get the ambassador emails that want me to buy something.
oh no, I get tons of those. Fuck that. Like, hey, we think you'll be a good sponsor. Eat my nuts. All right. So we, like I said, we were gonna finish this like earlier.
Oh, 11:30. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're done. Like, we're way done. I want to be done by 11. We're at 2:40. Like, we're like 2 hours and 45 minutes in. Like, good or bad quality, I don't know what we got. I recorded longer because we had to make up for the first hour that the quality was fucking trash. So, if you're all here still, you made it this far. Yo, you're a champ, and like, we love you. We're gonna get t-shirts one day, and we'll send you one. Just let us know that you made it this far. and that's all.
Peace be with you.
If y'all
Gave
got
you 3 beers. 8.5 was the
so
lowest.
so I made a bet on the Jon Jones fight last week. I don't know how it goes though, because I bet with a guy. He said 3rd round. I said 4th round. He said by submission. I said by knockout or a TKO.
Well,
It ended in the first by submission. So did I lose?
You bet each other?
Yes.
And y'all both lost.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, okay, so then how does that go? So
Yeah.
I'm looking for an excuse to shotgun the beer. that was the payoff. It's like basically if he won.
I mean, you could try, be like, I was closer round wise.
Well, I think he was closer
Oh,
on both
first.
notes. He was closer because he said 3rd in submission. I said 4th in TKO. So I was way wrong and not even close. He ended in the first round with a guillotine.
If you really want to try, you'd be like, you said this and this. It didn't happen. You could lose.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, speaking of betting though, just real quick, there was 9 NBA games on Friday night. I did research. I did all types of shit. I took this shit serious. Placed 9 different, lost every single one. I was like, I felt like I was in the Matrix, like, like only I matter, like, in this world. Oh, I bet on this, so they're gonna lose, like, including like the Celtics lost to like the Nets. The Nets they traded their whole team away and still won.
Hold on.
What the fuck's going on?
I gotta get a picture of this chaos of a table that we have here. All right. This is
Rocket.
all types of aftermath of us having drank beer. We should be ending the podcast, but instead I'm taking pictures.
Taking selfies.
Never a selfie, son. All right. Yeah, if y'all got any questions, concerns, criticisms, feel free to reach out to us. You can find me at bjj.wiki, Steve's at Thor.bentley. Both those are on Instagram collectively. You can find us at Colompton Beer Club on Instagram. Y'all know that, though. If you've been listening to it this long, I don't even know why I got to fucking end it on that note anymore.
You gotta do it.
Y'all fucking know it.
We'll get some new Singapore listeners.
They know, you know they don't understand us. It's just like, I understand bad words. He said fuck. It's like, yes, I absolutely said fuck. You're like a 3-year-old. Fuck. Repeat them. But yeah, thanks everybody for just again following and listening to the show. We have fun with this, and that's why we do it. Even if y'all motherfuckers weren't listening, we're gonna still do this. But it's a lot more fun when you fucks listen. So we appreciate y'all. I guess that's really it. Like, I feel like there's more to say, but there isn't. So we love y'all, and Steve,
Good soup.
bye, you mangy hoes.